The Wildcats are off to their first 2-0 start since 2018, and after a shutout win at Key last Friday by a score of 48-0, the Wildcats are back home as they get set to host the Edgewood-Colesburg Vikings here tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Wildcat football here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. I'm David Warrington. We're back in Central City tonight as the Wildcats get set for a matchup with Edco. And before we get started, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank and Trust Company is a community bank with offices in Central City and Eastern Iowa, providing a complete line of financial services to commercial and retail customers, customized lending, and cash management solutions. We build strong relationships by getting to know our customers and understanding their needs. Learn more at www.hbtbank.com. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wildcats 2-0 for the first time in several years. As I said, back in 2018 was the last time we could say that about Central City. And they are hosting an Edgewood-Colesburg team that comes in off of a big win over Springville 7 days ago. Let's take a look at tonight's teams. First for your Central City Wildcats. As I said, they come in 2-0, wins over Lone Tree and Key. 48-0 last week was the final score. Assistant coaches for the Wildcats, Mark Kirscher, Mike Ferguson, and Spencer Nowadsky. Central City's head coach in his 8th season is Matt Myers. Coach Myers' record of 30 wins and 38 losses during his time with the Wildcats. Leading passer and the starting quarterback for the Wildcats is Jaden Hansen. The junior so far this year is 14 of 32, 286 yards and 7 touchdowns without an interception. Aiden Klosterman, a fellow junior, has been on the ground leading the way for Central City. 37 carries, 190 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Lucas Greif has been the leader in the receiving game. 9 catches, 137 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Great start to the senior campaign for Greif. And Makai Benton has been great defensively for Central City. 13 tackles, which is best in the team, also leads the team with 8 for loss and 5 sacks. Those 8 tackles for loss are tied for 4th most in the state of Iowa, regardless of class. And those 5 sacks are 3rd most in the state. Now let's take a look at tonight's opponent, the Vikings of Edgewood-Colesburg High School. Vikings come with a record of 1-1 on the season. They lost their season opener against 7th ranked at the time, Turkey Valley, 46-26. Bounced back last week to take down Springville. Final score in that one was 52-7. First road game of the season for Edco. Assistant coaches for the Vikings are Alex Hanna, Jason Jones, Brandon Mather, and Scott Arthur. Edgewood-Colesburg's head coach in his 13th season is James Rochford. During his time with the Vikings, Coach Rochford a record of 47 wins and 67 losses. Starting quarterback for the Vikings is Cale Funk, the senior this year, 22 of 42, 403 yards and 7 touchdowns. He also leads the way on the ground for Edco, 26 carries, 119 yards. Dawson Bergen, the senior, is leading in the receiving game. 11 receptions, 148 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And Price Rochford, a sophomore, leads the way defensively for Edco. He's got 17 tackles through the first 2 games, averaging 8.5 so far this season. And at this time, the band is going to make their way out onto the field, and they will perform tonight's national anthem here momentarily. So we'll step aside here in just a second. It is also Military Appreciation Night tonight here in Central City. The National Guard has a camouflage tunnel that the Wildcats will run out of here after the national anthem. And at this time, all veterans are being asked to stand here in Central City, getting a nice round of applause from the Wildcat faithful. Deservedly so. As now we will pause for the playing of our national anthem. The anthem has been played, and we are just about 8 minutes away from kickoff here in Central City. Edgewood-Colesburg, the opponent. I'm David Warrington, coming to you from Central City High School here tonight as we get set to go for some varsity District 5 football. And Wildcats are about to take the field here momentarily, as the Vikings were already on their sideline for the playing of the national anthem. Here during the pregame, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some results from last week in the district. 4th-ranked Easton Valley made the trip to South Beloit of Illinois, left the state of Iowa, and the Riverhawks got the win 69-22. As I said, Edgewood-Colesburg hosted Springville last week. They won that one by a final of 52-7. Central City traveled to Key and took down the Hawks 48-0. And in non-district play, Midland hosted Clarksville, and the Eagles won that one 54-24. So with that said, here is an updated look at the District 5 standings through one game for 4 teams, and 2 teams have not played yet. Tied for 5th at 0-1, Springville and Key. Midland and 4th-ranked Easton Valley are tied for 3rd at 0-0. They will get district play started tonight. And these 2 teams here tonight, Edgewood-Colesburg and Central City, are both 1-0 in the district. They are tied at the top of the district standings. 3 of the 6 teams in this district, it was 8. Remember, Calamus-Wheatland and Central Decatur dropped varsity football this year, so it is now just 6 teams, of which 3 will go into the postseason automatically. Here are the District 5 Week 3 matchups here tonight. This is the one and only week this season where every district team will have a district game, as Calamus-Wheatland and Central Decatur were set to play each other this week. Of course, that game is just canceled, and there's no need for a makeup, as both of those programs did not field a varsity team this year. Of course, Edgewood-Colesburg is here in Central City taking on the Wildcats. Over in Preston, 4th-ranked Easton Valley hosts the Midland Eagles. And in Springville, the Orioles are hosting Key. There is a look at your district schedule here tonight. 3 district games, all 6 teams in action. As I said, that'll be the only time that happens this season that all district teams are in action, as Wildcats last 2 weeks of the season will be playing non-district games. Wildcats will more than likely know their postseason qualification or potential lack thereof by the time we get past week 6. So Wildcats now take the field as they ran through the tunnel, now come onto the sideline. Central City in their red helmets with black scratch logo here tonight. Black home jerseys with Wildcats in red across the chest, white numerals with red outline, black pants for the Wildcats, red stripe down the side, Wildcats written in black on those red stripes. Vikings, as I mentioned, already on their sideline. They are wearing black helmets here tonight, white jerseys, black numerals with yellow outline, and all black pants for Edgewood-Colesburg. Captains coming out here in just a moment. A couple of seniors, couple of juniors for Central City. David Munyakazi and Colton Nowadsky out there, as well as Dayton Price and Aiden Klosterman, 2 juniors for the Wildcats. Captains for Edgewood-Colesburg, going to be Cale Funk, Ian Miller, Colin Harris, and Chase Kirby. So we'll get you the result of the coin toss here in a moment. Central City won the toss. They will defer their choice to the second half. So Edgewood-Colesburg will get it first. They will receive. Edco will work left to right to begin tonight's ball game. Wildcats are going to be working right to left as we get this one underway. So Central City will kick off to begin tonight's ball game, and Edco will receive. Clock reads 4 minutes and 20 seconds at the moment. As here is a look at tonight's weather. Here's an update for the weather here in Central City. Beautiful night for some high school football. 77 degrees, 62% humidity, 10 miles per hour on the wind. Beautiful night for high school football, and we got a couple of good teams getting set for some action here tonight. As I said, Wildcats are going to kick it off to begin the game. Vikings will receive. Edco will work left to right, and Central City will work right to left. That's Edco's radio. Central City takes the field first. Wildcats wearing black here tonight on their home field. as we're about set to go. Edgewood-Colesburg takes the field. Dawson Bergen will be back deep to return for Edco. He has returned one kickoff for a touchdown this season. Did that last week when the Vikings took down Springville. 52-7 was the final in that one. Jaden Hansen gets the tee from the sideline. He makes his way out onto the field. Jaden sets the ball on the 30-yard line, and we're about set to go. Brandon Hennick is the decoy kicker, if you will, for Central City here tonight as he lines up next to Jaden. Bergen standing just a couple yards in front of the goal line to receive the kick. Hansen's been a good kicker this year, has a couple of touchdowns, or touchbacks I should say, 3 touchbacks on 14 kickoffs for Hansen so far this season. Right hand is in the air, gets the all clear from the officials, and we're going to get tonight's game underway. Hansen comes up with the ball, sends it away. It's a low bouncing kick, picked up at the 20 by Cale Funk, returned up to the 25, taken out of bounds at about the 30-yard line as Matthew Klosterman got him out of bounds. And Edco will take over, first down and 10 at about the 30-yard line. So first down and 10, Edgewood-Colesburg from their own 30 as we get set to begin tonight's game. Cale Funk, the starting quarterback for Edgewood-Colesburg. So far this year, 22 of 42, 403 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Vikings up to the line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Cale Funk by himself in the shotgun. Standing at the 25, takes the snap. The QB dropped the middle, past the 30, going towards the sideline. He's going to be taken down. Pretty short gain there from Funk. 3 or 4 on the carry. Wildcats had that one sniffed out pretty well. Jaden Hansen was in the stop. Favre Weber also got his nose in there. We'll call that a gain of 4 on first down. Second down and 6 will be coming up from the Viking 34-yard line. Wildcats 2-0 so far this season. Edco 1-1 as they come up to the line here. 3 receivers split out left, 1 to the right. Funk in the shotgun standing at the 30. Funk takes the snap. Screen pass over to the left. Dawson Bergen's there, makes the catch, going past midfield. Jukes spins around a little bit and he'll be taken down past the first down marker up to about the 36-yard line. Dawson Bergen, leading receiver for Edco so far this season, gets the first down there. They're going to spot that at the 37 across midfield in Central City territory. First down and 10 for the Vikings. Vikings break their huddle up to the line of scrimmage. First and 10 from the Central City 37. Twin receivers to either side. Cale Funk is in the shotgun. Funk taking his time, now steps up, takes the snap. Screen pass over to the right this time. Stager's there, but he's being wrapped up, and Christopher Greif blows that play up. Bennett Stager made the grab, but nothing there. Christopher Greif was there in an instant. And he's going to lose several yards on that play. They're going to bring that all the way back to the other 37. That's going to be unofficially a loss of 6. But a flag did come out on that play. They're having a discussion about it. And here comes the call from the official. Going to be personal foul called against Central City. So the lost yardage on that play will count. But they will get 15 penalty yards back. So it's going to be first down for Edco. So 15-yard penalty on that previous play. First down and 10 up to the 27-yard line is where they will have a fresh set of downs to do the Vikings. Vikings up to the line, 3 receivers tight to the left, 1 receiver right. Funk in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to go to the left and take off. The designed run. He's up past the 25, tripped up and taken down. Ball came out, and Central City's going to have it. Central City recovers the fumble as Arwen Betzer got in there and recovered the fumble for the Wildcats. And Central City defense gets the stop. They will have first and 10 from, looks like, their own 20-yard line after Arwen Betzer falls on the football. It's a good awareness by Arwen Betzer to be in the game and make the play. So after the penalty, the Vikings turn it back over. 10:38 to go here in our first quarter. Wildcats will get their first possession. Wildcats up to the line. Lucas Greif split out to the left. Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman to his right. Snap goes to Aiden. He'll look to run up the middle. He's got some room past the 25, and he's tripped up close to a first down at about the 30-yard line. Good first run of the night for Aiden. We're going to call that just shy of the 30. It's going to be second down and a short one for the Wildcats. Aiden Klosterman picks up about 9.5 on that first carry. One receiver left for Central City, twins to the right. Jaden Hanson by himself in the shotgun. He takes the snap. QB drop the middle. Makes some room out there. Test a 35, 40, 35. Tripped up shy of the 30-yard line. Jaden Hanson brings it up. Looks like they will spot it at the 31. Great running on that play by Jaden Hanson. It was kind of congested up there in the backfield, but he made something happen and gets it up to the 31. First and 10 for Central City. It's a gain of 20 on that carry from Jaden. Wildcats up to the line. Two receivers left. One to the right. Matthew Klosterman tight to the line of scrimmage. Hanson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking over. Goes towards the end zone. That's a great ball. Aiden Klosterman has a step, and pass interference comes out. Ian Miller on the coverage. It was blatant. Both referees threw their flag at the same time. And pass interference is going to be the call. Believe in the high school level that is a 15-yard penalty. So it's going to be Central City ball, first and 10. In very good field position, but it was more than likely going to be a touchdown without that pass interference. So all in all, probably one the Vikings aren't too unhappy with. They're going to march off the penalty yardage. And the ball will be spotted. As I thought, it's a 15-yard penalty. So the football goes down at the 16, and that is where Central City will have first down and 10 after the pass interference. Wildcats up to the line, first and 10 from the 16. Snap goes to Aiden Klosterman, finding some room out the left side. Makes a man miss, but he's going to be taken down. Nothing there for Aiden that time. Looks like he may have gotten a yard, but not much. They are going to spot that at the 15-yard line, so gain of 1 by Aiden on that carry, as it's going to be second down and 9 from the 15. Wildcats up to the line. Lucas Greif splits out to the left. Klosterman and Hanson are back there to take the snap. Hanson takes the snap, looking end zone. Lucas Greif cuts it back up, and he's going to have the catch inside the 10. That will be short of the first down. They're going to spot that at about the 9-yard line. Lucas Greif in on the reception for Central City. Ball spotted at the 9. It's a gain of 6. Third down and 3 for Central City from the 9. Need that 6-yard line to move the chains, just 9 yards away from the end zone here. 8:48 to go in our opening quarter. Klosterman brothers are in the backfield. Aiden usually takes the snap, but Matthew can. Aiden will take this one. Going up the middle, gets some blocks. Fighting ahead, is he in? He's very close, but he's going to be down at the 1. No, it's a touchdown. One referee signaled down, but the other comes in and says it's a touchdown, and Central City is on the board. Central City strikes first here in Central City. Wildcats lead this one 6-0. Initially looked like a referee was going to indicate he was about a half a yard short, but the referee with a better vantage point came in and said he was in there, and that is a Central City touchdown. They're going to go for 2. Klosterman brothers back there to take the snap again. Christopher Greif is the fullback. This one goes to Matthew, up the middle, trying to find some room, but nothing there. He's gobbled up and taken down. So the 2-point conversion is going to be no good. Matthew Klosterman met and dropped pretty quickly. But nonetheless, Central City gets on the board first. 8:34 to go in our opening quarter. Central City leads Edgewood-Colesburg by a score of 6-0. So Wildcats get on the board first. Jaden Hanson ran it once for 20 yards on that possession. Aiden Klosterman 3 carries for 19 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Hanson only passed it once, or technically passed it twice, but one of them was negated by a pass interference call. The one pass that stood was caught by Lucas Greif for a gain of 6. 8:34 on the clock here in our opening quarter as Central City is on the board first. They'll kick it away. Vikings out there to return. Dawson Bergen is back deep. Jaden Hanson's first kickoff was one of his shorter ones. It's kind of a squibber low to the ground. He'll set the ball at the 30-yard line here. Cale Funk is at the 20-yard line. He returned the last one. Price Rochford is also at the 20-yard line. Bennett Stager just a few yards ahead of them. Hansen has his hand in the air, and now he comes up to the football, and he sends it away. That's a much better kick from Hansen. It'll drive him back, and that'll be into the end zone for a touchback. Great kickoff by Jaden. Edco will start 1st and 10 from their own 15 after the touchback. So Vikings will have it in a pretty long field here after the touchback on the Hansen kickoff. 1st and 10 from their own 15. Vikings had a couple good plays here and there on that first possession. Had a penalty from Central City that helped them out. See what the Wildcat defense looks like here. Edco up to the line, 1st and 10 from their own 15. Twin receivers to either side. Cale Funk is the quarterback, standing by himself in the shotgun. Takes the snap, screen pass over to the left. Dawson Bergen's there, brings it past the 20 to the 30, and he's taken out of bounds. That'll be a 1st down for Edco. Up to the 28, maybe 29-yard line. They will spot that at the 29. That is more than enough for a 1st down. Gain of 14 on that play. The screen going to the far side of the field. 1st and 10 for Edco. Vikings working left to right here. 8:29 to go in our opening quarter. Twin receivers left, one to the right. Funk in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's in trouble there. Luke Birds is there. He nearly strips the football, and he does take him down for a sack, assisted by Colton Nowadsky. Luke Birds got back there. He made a very heads-up play, went for the football, and came fairly close to getting it. Nonetheless, it is a sack. Back to the 24-yard line. It's a loss of 5. Colton Nowadsky also was in there to help finish that one off. 2nd down and 15 upcoming for the Vikings. They have it from their own 24. Central City defense has been stout all season through these first 2 opening games. Pitched a shutout last week in Lansing as the Vikings come up to the line. 2nd and 15 from their own 24. One receiver to either side, a couple of backs a few yards in front of Funk. Funk takes the shotgun snap, drops back in the pocket, takes his time, strike across the middle is caught by Bergen. But no, it's incomplete. He dropped it. He had it for a moment, but it drops out of the hands. And 3rd down and long is upcoming for Edco. It'll be 3rd down and 15 for the Vikings from their own 24-yard line. Clock, of course, stops after the incompletion. 7:34 to go in our opening quarter. Wildcats on top of Edco, 6-0. Vikings up to the line. Twin receivers to either side here on 3rd and long. Cale Funk in the shotgun at about the 20-yard line. Funk steps up in the shotgun. Now he's a false start as Bennett Stager left early. Flags fly. As Bennett Stager, the receiver on the right side of the formation, closer to the line of scrimmage, tried to get a head start on his route, and therefore it's a 5-yard penalty called on the Vikings. Third down and 20 yards to go from their own 19 for Edco as the Vikings break the huddle. They need a 39 just ahead of midfield to move the chains. Twin receivers to either side. Funk is by himself in the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolling to his right. Pressure's there right away. Now goes the other way. He's almost to his own end zone. There's a flag on the play. Ball going to Rochford, who tries to make a catch on the sideline. He can't, but a flag did come out. And we'll see what that penalty was. Got to wait for the flag. It was 4th and 20. So we'll see if the penalty changes the situation here. 3rd and 20, excuse me. The referee having a conversation with the line judge along the Central City sideline. Looks to confirm some things. And here comes the call. Believe they said holding against Central City. So it's a defensive penalty, and it'll be 3rd and not quite as long for the Vikings. They'll get to try it again. It's a 10-yard penalty. Ball spotted at the 29. So 3rd down and 10 for Edco. They have it at their own 29-yard line. They had an incomplete pass on 3rd and 20, but the penalty gives them another shot. Vikings taking their time in the huddle here. Big 3rd down upcoming. Now they come up to the line. Twin receivers to either side. Rochford and Bergen on the left. Stager and Cole on the right. Funk is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Now he's going to take off at the middle. Braxton Davis there, but can't make the play. Force him out to the sideline. He's going to be short of a 1st down as Matthew Closterman makes the play. Jaden Hansen taken down well outside of the play. Caden Cole came in and took out Jaden Hanson, good 10 yards away from the play. Now Beth is going to come take a look at Jaden. Jaden was nowhere near the play on that hit. Referees missed that penalty, as it's going to be 4th down and 4. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Cale Funk picked up 6 on 3rd and 10. 4th down upcoming for the Vikings. Clock is stopped as Central City's quarterback Jaden Hanson is down on the field. Now Coach Myers is going to make his way out there and take a look at his quarterback. Of course, got to hope Jaden's going to be all right. Took a hit at least 10 yards away from the play on that previous play. As we got a timeout on the field here to take a look at Jaden. So we got the injury timeout here. It's going to be 4th down and 4 yards to go for Edco. They have it at their own 35-yard line. Would anticipate a punt upcoming, but we'll see what they do when they're coming back out here. Taking quite some time, taking a look at Jaden. Gotta hope he's going to be all right. This looks like Beth is working on his lower body, so hopefully nothing into the head area. Of course, that's a more serious injury that you can't play around with. And now Jaden's back to his feet, walking fully under his own power. So that's good to see. We'll see when Jaden's back on the field, but he is up walking completely under his own power. And now Edco comes onto the field. Lucas Greif drops back to return what we assume will be a punt upcoming, but doesn't look like the Vikings might be punting here as they break their huddle, and they're going to go for it, it looks like. Or nope, looks like they will punt it away. Cale Funk's going to punt. And Bennett Stager will handle the snapping duties. Good snap. Kick is away. It's a lefty kick. That's a very good punt. It's going to bounce. Lucas picks it up at the 2-yard line, and a flag comes in. Aiden can't believe it. They're going to get him for a block in the back. Aiden thought he very clearly pulled off, but that's not what the official saw. Flag flies. Lucas returned it up to the 15, but Wildcats are going to have it at about their own 1 after the penalty. So unfortunate penalty there, as it'll be a long field for the Wildcats. We'll see where they decide to spot the football. 6:50 on the clock here in our opening quarter. Wildcats lead this one 6-0. They're going to assess the penalty yardage from the spot of the foul, which was about the 3. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Central City from their own 1-yard line. Wildcats have to be careful here. Make sure nothing funny happens here on 1st and 10 from their own 1. Wildcats up to the line. It's the Closterman brothers back there to take the snap. Aiden to the left, Matthew to the right. The snap is going to go to Aiden. It's high, but he's going to get out of the back of the end zone and then some. Gets up to about the 5-yard line. I believe Nolan Gates is the center for Central City. His snap there was a touch high, but Aiden jumped up, got it, and fought ahead for 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats from their own 5. 6.5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Wildcats leading 6-0. Wildcats come up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 6 from their own 5. Same formation. Christopher Greif is the fullback here. The snap is going to go to Matthew Closterman. Spins. Now he keeps it. Going up the middle. He will be close to a 1st down. Got it past the 10. It depends on the spot. I think he's going to be a yard short. So they're going to spot the football at the 11. That's going to be about a half yard short of a 1st down. 3rd down and 1 for Central City coming up. Wildcats up to the line. 3rd and 1 from their own 11. Snap is going to go to Aiden. Trying to find some room. He'll have the 1st down. Fighting ahead in there and gets up to the 15-yard line. So Aiden needed less than 1, and he got about 4. So that'll be a 1st down for Central City. They're out of the shadow of their own end zone, and now see if they can make some progress down the field here in our opening quarter. Jaden Hansen is not in the ball game for Central City. He was down in the field for quite some time with an injury. He is up. Helmet is off. It's in his left hand. He's right behind Coach Kirscher on the sideline, hoping to get back in there soon. Snap goes to Christopher Greif on the direct snap. The fullback plunge with the head. He'll have 5. He's past the 25. He's past the 30. Christopher Greif cannot be stopped. They say about football, lower man wins. I think Christopher Greif is any coach's embodiment of that statement as he takes the snap, tucks down, gets as low as he can, and fights ahead for about 13 yards on that play. Christopher Greif brings it up to the 33-yard line. Great carry there from Christopher Greif, and Jaden Hansen's back into the game. 2 receivers left, or 1 to the left, 2 to the right. It's going to be a QB keep up the middle. Jaden Hansen taken down in the backfield, tries to fight some guys off. Ball came down, but I believe the whistle came in first, and the official says he was down first. So no fumble on the play, but there is no gain on the play either. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Wildcat 33-yard line. Hansen nowhere to go on that previous carry. By the way, or unofficial, but based on my statistics app here where I keep track of live stats throughout the game, that carry from Christopher Greif was good for 18 yards. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Jaden Hansen in the shotgun. 4 linemen along the line of scrimmage. Hayden comes in motion to the right. Jet sweep is going to be faked. Hansen up the middle, and he will be taken down a few yards shy of midfield. Gets past the 35. He's up to about the 36. Call that a gain of 3, and 3rd down and 7 is upcoming for Central City. 3rd and 7 from their own 36-yard line. Clock continues to roll down here in our opening quarter. 3:45 and counting in the first period of this game. Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. Aiden Klosterman's the receiver on the left. Matthew Klosterman and Lucas Greif split out right. Jaden Hansen in the shotgun about the 30. 3rd and 7 from their own 36. Takes the snap. Drops back, clean pocket, steps up. Going towards the end zone. Matthew Klosterman's there, but it's underthrown just enough for Ian Miller to recover and get up there and make the play. So the 3rd down pass is incomplete. And it's going to be time for Central City to punt this one away. Aiden Klosterman does the punting for Central City. Jaden Hansen is the long snapper. Dawson Bergen is the punt returner for Edgewood-Colesburg, but he has not gone back deep yet. He's waiting to see the formation. And now that he sees Aiden go back to punt, he will go back and set up shop around the 10-yard line. Aiden's had a nice job punting last week, only had to do so a couple times. Both of them were good ones. Arwen Betzer in motion to the right. Good snap from Jaden. He thought about a fake, but he will punt it away. It's a spiral punt, or excuse me, a line drive punt, I should say, as it's going to die at the 10-yard line. Very nice punt from Aiden Klosterman. That one's downed at the 10-yard line, and that's where Edco will have 1st down and 10. So a long field for the Vikings, 70-yard field, after the 34-yard punt from Aiden Klosterman. 1st and 10, Edgewood-Colesburg. They have the ball at their own 10-yard line. 3:17 to go in our opening quarter. Twin receivers to either side for the Vikings. They like this formation. Cale Funk is in the shotgun, standing at the 5-yard line. He takes the snap. It's a QB draw up the middle. He's going to be past the 20, or up to past the 15, excuse me. Got up to the 19-yard line, as Cale Funk is going to be just short of a 1st down. It sounds like there was a fumble on that play, but Funk jumped on top of it before anything detrimental to the Vikings could happen. Gain of 9 on that carry from Funk. 2nd and 1 from their own 19. Funk may be the quarterback for the Vikings, but he's also their leading rusher this year on the season. 26 carries, 119 yards entering tonight's contest. Twin receivers to either side. Again, Cale Funk in the shotgun. Funk takes the snap. 1-step drop across the middle. It's in and out of the hands of Bennett Stager, and that's an incompletion, but a flag flies. Coach Myers is not happy on the sideline, so I assume we're going to see a penalty on Central City. So waiting for the call. The pass was incomplete, in and out of the hands of Stager. But here comes the call. And it looks like, again, they said holding against Central City. So that'll be an automatic 1st down. So Edgewood-Colesburg will have a first down up to their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10, Edgewood-Colesburg from their own 29. Penalties were a big problem for the Wildcats last week, one of their only problems, and it was a very well-played game. Early on here tonight, they've been something of an issue so far. 3 penalties for 35 yards already. Late moments of the first quarter. 2:30 to go, 2 receivers to either side for the Vikings. Cale Funk is in the shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the screen pass. Now he's in trouble. Benton's there, and he can't bring him down. Favre-Weber can't get him either. He's going to take off. There's a block in the back, but I don't think the flag came in. Coach Myers again can't believe it. Blatant block in the back along the far sideline, but the call was missed. And Cale Funk brings the ball close to a first down. Got it past the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Vikings from their own 37. The spot's also not correct as the far official has the ball at the 37, and the ball is actually spotted closer to the 36. But I digress. Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers to either side, 2nd and 2 from their own 37. Funk is in the shotgun. Funk takes the snap. Benton's there right away. He's being held. Now Funk will take off. He's going past midfield. He's got a first down. Jaden Hansen makes the stop and brings down Cale Funk, but that will be a first down. And now we got a timeout as Cale Funk is down and injured on the field, so both quarterbacks have been injured during this first quarter. Things are getting very chippy here in Central City early on in this game. They're going to spot that at the Central City 37. That is where the Vikings will have 1st and 10. And we've got our second injury timeout of our opening quarter. A couple members of the Viking coaching staff out there to take a look at their quarterback, Cale Funk, down on the ground after being taken down on that previous play, tackled by Jaden Hansen. And again, we've got an injury timeout on the field. 2:15 to go in our opening quarter. Central City leads the Vikings by a score of 6-0. Jaden Hansen, 1 of 2 passing the football for 6 yards so far. Aiden Klosterman, 5 carries, 28 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Hansen, 3 carries for 23 yards. Christopher Greif, 1 carry for 18 yards, and Matthew Klosterman, 1 carry for 5 yards. That one completed pass for 6 yards was to Lucas Greif. For Edco, Cale Funk is 3 of 4 for 18 yards. Dawson Bergen has caught 2 passes for 23 yards. Bennett Stager, 1 reception for a loss of 5. Cale Funk's the only one that's run the football for the Vikings, 7 carries, 35 yards, and he did have that fumble that set up the Central City scoring drive. Funk still down on the ground near the Wildcat sideline. Got to hope, of course, that Cale Funk is going to be all right. The leader of this Viking team, leading rusher, leading passer, starting quarterback. He's a senior for the Vikings this season. Starts defensively as well. He's a cornerback and also does the punting for the Vikings. So a big-time player for the Vikings down on the ground right now. Coach Myers also in there trying to make sure the young man's all right. And now he is helped up to his feet. And he will very gingerly, not really even under his own power. And now they are going to pick him up, and he won't walk under his own power at all. That left foot is not, that left leg, I should say, has not had any pressure whatsoever going on the ground. Now a little bit more. But Funk does look hurt. And I believe Price Rochford will now play quarterback for the Vikings. The sophomore took the second-team quarterback reps during warm-ups. He's only attempted 2 passes this year, and he was 0 for 2. So key player out of the game for Edco. We are going to resume play. 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Wildcat 37. 2:15 to play in our first quarter. Wildcats lead this one by a score of 6-0. Funk finally has been helped over to that far sideline. Of course, wishing him nothing but the best. Hopefully he's able to get back in the game. If we're going to beat the Vikings here tonight, want to do so at full strength. So Price Rochford stands in the shotgun. The sophomore will come in and be the backup quarterback. Twin receivers to either side. Rochford takes the snap, screen pass, but it's blocked, and they're going to throw a flag, and I hope that wasn't on Mackay because he didn't do anything. Mackay Benton brought him down, and here comes the call. Waiting for the call from the official. Holding called against the Vikings, but it's declined, and second down is upcoming. For just a moment, I thought they were going to say Mackay did something illegal, but that is not the case. So Price Rochford sacked on that play by Mackay Benton. He is third place in the entire state of Iowa, regardless of class, for sacks. Through the opening 2 games of the season, was also the Athlete of the Week and the most recent edition of the Linn County Newsletter. So second down and 16 yards to go. Vikings have it at the 38. 1 receiver left, 3 bunched up to the right. Rochford in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's a pitch pass ahead to Bergen. He makes the catch. He's going to be close to the original line of scrimmage. Aiden Klosterman and Jaden Hansen in on the stop. So Rochford's first pass of the night is complete. A shovel pass ahead to Dawson Bergen. Third down and 11 is going to be coming up for Edgewood-Colesburg. The ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. This time into Wildcat territory. Third down and 11 for Edgewood-Colesburg. The ball is spotted at the Wildcat 38. They need the 27 to move the chains. Under a minute to go in our opening quarter. Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 11. 3 receivers split out to the right. Rochford in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. Benton's there right away, and the ball is incomplete. Bergen was the intended receiver. He was well underthrown. And fourth down and 11 is coming up for the Vikings. They are in Central City territory, so we'll see if they still want to punt it, if they want to take a bit of a gamble here and go for it on 4th and 11. From the Wildcat 38. Lucas Greif is assuming a punt, so he's going to go back deep. Cale Funk is also the punter for Edgewood-Colesburg, but I believe Price Rochford can also handle punting duties if they decide to go that route. They go up to the line of scrimmage, as it looks like it is Colin Harris going to do the long snapping, so they are going to punt it away. Price Rochford will punt, as I thought, for Edco. Bit of a high snap, but he gets it and it's away. High end-over-end kick. It's going to take a bounce, and it will be down at about the 6-yard line. So 2 players have punted so far for Edco, and they've both done a fine job. As that will be down at the 6-yard line. Not quite Torrey Taylor, but not bad either. So first down and 10 for the Wildcats. This time they have it from their own 6-yard line. 74-yard field ahead of Central City. 21 seconds to go in our first quarter. Depending on what this play looks like, it could be our final play of the opening quarter. Hansen the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman's to his right, and Lucas Greif is split out left. Snap goes to Aiden, trying to find some room up the middle. Makes a couple men miss. There's a lot of white jerseys in there, but he does fight ahead and gets up to the 11-yard line. So that's a gain of about 5 for Aiden. Second down and 5 will be upcoming for Central City, but that will not happen until our second quarter, as the final 3 seconds are going to roll off the clock. And that does it for very interesting, to say the least, opening quarter of football here from Central City. Through the first 12 minutes, Wildcats lead this one by a score of 6-0. So 6-point advantage for Central City after a quarter of football. During a break in the action, we'll give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is everywhere you are. With our online and mobile banking apps, you have your accounts at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Check your balances, pay bills, transfer money, and visit our online Heartland Bank locations. Bank on the go at hbtbank.com. Here's a quick look at our first quarter stats. Jaden Hansen only asked to pass twice. He completed one of them for 6 yards. That pass was completed to Lucas Greif. Aiden Klosterman ran the ball 6 times, 33 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Hansen, 3 carries, 23 yards. Christopher Greif, 1 carry for 18 yards. And Matthew Klosterman, he ran it once for 5 yards. For Edco, Cale Funk, 3 of 4 for 18 yards. Price Rochford, 1 of 2. In the running game, Cale Funk, 7 carries, 35 yards, and a fumble. Price Rochford ran it once. That was when he got sacked for a loss of 7. So second down and 5 for Central City from their own 11-yard line as we begin our second quarter. Wildcats going to work left to right. Vikings will work right to left. Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman to his right, or excuse me, to his left. Play action pass is caught to Greif, the screen pass, and he's going to have the first down up close to the 20-yard line as Hansen completes his second pass of the game, gets this one up to about the 20. Gain of 9, we'll call it. And first down is going to be upcoming for Central City. Hansen jogs into the huddle. Central City has the football, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Wildcats up to the line. Lucas Greif split out to the right. Hansen in the shotgun with Aiden Klosterman to his left. It goes to Aiden Klosterman on the direct snap. Trying to find some room. Past the 25. He'll have a first down up to about the 30-yard line. Good hard-nosed running on that play from Aiden Klosterman. And he will have a first down, gain of 11 up to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. That's the nice thing about Aiden Klosterman as a runner. He has the breakaway speed where he can beat you down the sideline. But he's also a strong enough kid that he can go right up ahead with the linebackers and the defensive linemen in the middle and end up dragging kids for a couple extra yards. 1st and 10 from their own 31. One receiver left. That's Greif. Hansen in the shotgun. Klosterman to his left. Hansen takes the snap. Lucas Greif going down the sideline. Looks like he got grabbed, but they're not going to call anything as the ball is incomplete. Lucas Greif had his route interrupted. I think the ball would have been somewhere near Lucas, making it catchable. But he was interfered with. No flags. 2nd down and 10 from their own 31 upcoming for Central City. After Jaden Hansen's pass falls to the ground incomplete. Wildcats up to the line. 2nd and 10 from their own 31. Greif split out right. Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman to his left. Don't forget Aiden could take a snap. We just saw it a couple of plays ago. He will do it this time. Going to the right. He's going to be past midfield. Going down the sideline. 30. Goes to the 25. Hit hard by Caden Cole and brought to the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Ian Miller that makes the nice hit. But nonetheless, a great run there by Aiden. Brings it all the way up to the 21-yard line into Edco territory. And that'll be a fresh set of downs for the Wildcats. 1st down and 10, Central City. From the Viking 21-yard line, Aiden Klosterman explodes for a gain of 28 on that previous carry. Wildcats up to the line. Greif split out right. Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman standing to his left. Snap goes to Klosterman again. Going up the middle. Now goes to the right sideline. Cuts back. Makes a move past the 15 and taken down. As that'll be another pretty nice run there for Aiden. Brings it up past the 15-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 14. That is a gain of 7. We'll call that 2nd down and 3 upcoming for Central City. Ball spotted at the Viking 14-yard line. Just over 10 minutes to go in our second quarter. Wildcats up to the line. Greif split out right once again. Hansen in the shotgun. This snap's going to go to Aiden. Going to the right side of the field. And he's going to be taken down. No, tries to break out of a tackle. Drags Dawson Bergen for about 4 yards. Gets up to the 10-yard line, and that will be enough for a first down. That should be 1st and goal here for Central City. Gain of 4 by Aiden on that carry. As it will be 1st down and goal for Central City. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line. Wildcats trying to get back on the board. They lead this one 6-0 early on here in our second quarter. It's the Klosterman brothers this time. Jaden Hansen on the sideline. Matthews on the left. Aiden's on the right. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Snap goes to Aiden. Going up the middle. Gets a couple of blocks. He's going to be taken down. Got a couple of yards on that carry, but not too much there for Aiden. Looks like they're just going to call it a gain of 1 up to the 9-yard line. As it'll be 2nd down and goal for Central City. Ball spotted at the 9. Jaden Hansen remains on the sideline here on 2nd and goal. Matthew Klosterman runs in with the play call. Wildcats up to the line. Again, it's the Klosterman brothers back there, excuse me. Again, Aiden is on the left, and now Matthews on the right. Snap is going to go to Aiden once again. Bouncing around in the backfield, trying to find some room. Breaks out of one tackle, and he'll be up to about the 6-yard line. 3rd down and goal upcoming for Central City. Looks like they may actually spot that at the 7. They're going to spot that at the 7-yard line, so a gain of 2 by Aiden. 3rd down and goal upcoming from the 7. Lucas Greif and Jaden Hansen back into the ball game here. 3rd and goal from the from the Edco 7, excuse me. Wildcats up to the line. Lucas Greif is going to be the receiver outright. He's tight to the line of scrimmage. Hansen in the shotgun. Klosterman to his left. It goes to Aiden. He's going to look to pass. Goes towards the end zone. Benton's there. It's incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down. Aiden Klosterman was the passer that time. We've seen him do that a time or two. He's attempted 1 pass already this year. There was a second, and it goes incomplete. Trying to find Benton in the back of the end zone, but it wasn't there. So 4th and goal coming up for Central City. They have 4th and goal from the 7-yard line. 8:05 to play in our 2nd quarter. Wildcats come up to the line. 4th down and goal from the 7 for Central City. Lucas Greif split out left. Hansen takes the snap. Screen pass over to Greif. It's caught. Has to get into the end zone, and he's not going to. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Wildcats held out of the end zone. The pass was caught, but there wasn't really any room there for Lucas. And that'll be a turnover on down. Edco will take over at about their own 6-yard line. So just a gain of 1 on 4th and goal from the 7. Edco has it 1st and 10 from their own 6. 7:59 to go in our opening quarter. Looks like Price Rochford is still going to be the quarterback for Edco. Cale Funk is still helmet off, sitting on the bench. So Price Rochford jogs into the huddle. The 5'10", 205-pound sophomore playing quarterback in a regular role for the first time this season. Vikings in the huddle, 1st and 10 from about the 5 or 6. We'll call that the 6. As the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 6. So we got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Rochford stands in the shotgun. Now Bergen comes in motion. Somewhat high snap. Rochford keeps it himself up the middle. He'll be taken down. No, he's still on his feet. Finally spun down after a pretty good gain. Rochford runs it up to about the 12-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 for Edco. 2nd down and 4 for the Vikings from their own 12-yard line. Rochford back into the huddle. 7.5 minutes and counting to play in our 2nd quarter. It's a 6-0 Central City lead. Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 4 from their own 12. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Rochford in the shotgun. 4 linemen along the line of scrimmage. Bergen comes in motion to the right. Rochford keeps it up the middle once again. Luke Birds meets him right away and will help bring him down. Braxton Davis was also in on that stop. Not a whole lot there on that play. Maybe 1 for Price Rochford. Give him credit for a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 3 upcoming. Vikings have it at their own 13-yard line. Wildcats trying to get a big 3rd down stop here. 6:45 to go in our 2nd quarter. Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 3 from their own 13. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right, tight to the line of scrimmage. Rochford in the shotgun. Rochford takes the snap, rolling to his right, looking to pass. Benton's there. He's in big trouble, and Mackay Benton throws him to the ground. The state's 3rd place on the leaderboard of sacks. Mackay Benton throws him to the ground. That's going to be a sizable loss on 3rd down, and it's punting time for Edgewood-Colesburg as Lucas Greif has already made his way back. They're going to spot the ball at the 8-yard line. Loss of 5 on that play. It's 4th down and 8, from the 8. Rochford's going to punt it away. Funk was also the starting punter, but Rochford is the backup. Takes the snap, steps into a high, spiraling, end-over-end punt. Lucas Greif drops it. It's on the ground, but he picks it up, and now he's going to return it past the 20. Unbelievable. Lucas Greif drops it. It rolls for about 5 or 6 yards, and then he picks it up, and ends up returning it pretty nicely. Great field position for Central City. They're going to get it at the Edco, looks like the Edco 18-yard line. Don't see that every day, folks. Greif muffs it. I think he accidentally kicked it forward about 5 yards, bounced off his foot or something like that, and then picks it up and runs for about 15 yards. So the ball is spotted at the Edco 18. Wildcats just 18 yards away from the end zone. 1st and 10. 5:42 to go in what has been a pretty fast moving, at least from my perspective, first half of football. We got a timeout on the field. Central City is going to use their first timeout of the half. They've got 2 remaining. We've got 5:42 to go in our opening half of football here from Central City. The Wildcats lead this one by a score of 6-0. Well, we've got a pause in the action. Why don't we go ahead and give a shout out to our sole sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a full-service community bank. We believe in meeting the needs of our customers while exceeding their expectations. Banking is personal to each individual. That's why we provide options for your life. Member FDIC. Again, big thank you to Heartland Bank. Could not provide these broadcasts to you every Friday during the football season without them. Of course, Cindy McCarthy handling the public address announcing here. Also does the volleyball games. Wildcats were on the air for volleyball last night. Of course, couldn't do that either without Heartland Bank, so thank you so much to those that make these broadcasts possible. So both teams are back out there. Central City football, 1st down and 10 from the Edco 18-yard line. Coach Myers called the Wildcats' first timeout of this first half for that previous play. Hansen in the shotgun, Matthew Klosterman to his right, and Christopher Greif is the fullback. Snap goes to Matthew Klosterman, going up the middle, up past the 15, stumbled and tripped up to about the 14-yard line. So Matthew Klosterman, the ball carrier on that previous play, picks up about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 from the Viking 14. Wildcats running some tempo, already back up there. Snap goes to Hansen. He's going to roll out to his right. Looking back at the end zone. Benton's there, makes the catch, and that's a Wildcat touchdown! Mackay Benton makes his 2nd touchdown reception of the season. This one from 14 yards out, and the Wildcats are back on the board. That is just the 2nd reception of the season for Mackay, and both have gone into the end zone for 6. Wildcats double their lead. It is 12-0, and they're going to go for 2. So Central City back out there on the field. They're about to go for 2. Break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Luke Birds is the receiver out to the right. 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Just a couple yards to the left of that line of scrimmage. Hansen's in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolling to his left. He's going to go to the end zone. Plows over a man and gets over the goal line. The 2-point conversion is good. Jaden Hansen muscles his way into the end zone for the 2 points. 5:13 remaining in our second quarter. Central City leads this game by a score of 14-0. So it's a 2-play, 18-yard, 39-second touchdown drive for Central City. They got it in great field position after the somewhat unusual kick or punt return by Lucas Greif, where he muffed it, kicked it around a little bit, and then returned it up to the 18. Nonetheless, everything worked out in the end, and Central City gets back on the board. They lead this one 14-0. 5 minutes and 13 seconds until the second half. And in case you were wondering, Central City will get it first in our third quarter. So the Vikings heading back out there to return. Dawson Bergen is going to be back deep for the Vikings, and the Wildcats jog out there for Central City. Cale Funk, the injured player for the Vikings, is up and walking, but doing so very gingerly. Not sure if we're going to see him here anytime soon. I would assume at least not for the rest of this half. Jaden Hansen takes the football, and he's going to set it on the tee at the 30-yard line, and he will kick it away. His last kickoff went into the end zone for a touchback. His 4th touchback of the season on 16 kickoffs. Brandon Hennick, the other kicker there for Central City. Dawson Bergen standing at the 5 to return for Edco as Hansen puts his right arm in the air. Gets the indication from the official. And they come up to the ball. Hansen sends it away. That's a pretty good kick. End over end, fielded by Bergen at the 1. Brings up to the 5, going to the 10. Outside of the 15. Makes some moves. He's going past the 30. No, he's taken down past the 25, short of the 30. Not a bad return there by Dawson Bergen. Vikings are going to get it 1st down and 10 from their own 34-yard line. We'll call that 33 yards on the return. 5 minutes, 6 seconds to go in our second quarter. Vikings start from their own 34-yard line. Price Rochford, still playing quarterback for the Vikings, jogs his way into the huddle. Vikings now break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 34. 1 receiver to either side. Rochford stands in the shotgun. Rochford takes the snap. He's going to throw, going to the right sideline. Pass is caught, And he's taken down before the ball came out, and David Munyakazi got on it, and they're going to say he was down. They're going to say the receiver was down before it came out. I believe that was Caden Cole on the reception. And they're going to say he was down. So the fumble will not count. And Edco will have it up to their own 37-yard line. So Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Twin receivers to either side. Rochford stands in the shotgun. He takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Now he's going to take off, breaks out of a tackle. He'll have the 1st down. Wrapped up by Dayton Price, and now Arwen Betzer helps finish it off. No, he's still rumbling, still fighting ahead. He'll be taken down at about the 30-yard line. Got an extra 9 or 8 yards out of the deal. Price Rochford, the ball carrier that time, and ran the ball well. Gets it up to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 12 from Rochford on 2nd and 2. 1st down and 10 for Edgewood-Colesburg. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. 4 minutes and counting to go in the first half.
We got too many out there. We got 8. Okay.
Vikings break the huddle now. Twin receivers to either side. Cole and Oberbrockling on the right as Rochford is in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to take off up the middle. No, it's a pass run option. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Nolan Gates, and he's got one man to beat. Nolan Gates, a pick 6. The sophomore returns it into the end zone, and Central City claims the momentum. Nolan Gates with his first interception of the season and runs it back 60-some yards, and that's a touchdown for Central City. My goodness, Nolan Gates made the pick and exploded down the sideline. Didn't know he had that speed in him. Returns it all the way, and that's a touchdown. My goodness. What a quick turn of events there. It's 20-0 Wildcats, 3:32 to play until the half. First defensive or non-offensive touchdown of any means for the Wildcats this season, and they're going to go for 2. What a change of events there. The Wildcats score defensively. Nolan Gates on the pick 6. Matthew Klosterman takes the snap for the conversion. He will fight ahead. Did he get into the end zone? They're going to say he's about a half yard short. So the 2-point conversion is no good. 3:32 to play in our second quarter. And Central City now leads this one by a score of 20-0. Defensive touchdown by Nolan Gates there for the Wildcats. Extends the lead. So while we've got a break in the action, got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank represents a new approach to banking in Iowa. Expanded services, more technology, and increased personal attention. Heartland Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports. Member FDIC. So again, big thank you to Heartland Bank. And big swing of momentum there for the Wildcats. They already had the momentum, but now they really do. Up 3 scores after the pick 6. We've got 3.5 minutes to go until the half. Again, it's Dawson Bergen back deep to return the kickoff for Edgewood-Colesburg. He'll set up at about the 8-yard line. As they need an extra player as they get it. Grady Mather runs onto the field at the last moment. He trades place with Ian Miller, who will set up at the 25. Mather right at midfield. And looks like Jaden Hansen was getting worked on, and he's not going to be out there. So Favre Weber is going to be out there alongside Brandon Hennick on this kickoff. Both Weber and Hennick march off their steps. We'll see if Favre does give it a boot. Favre comes up to the ball, sends it away. That's not too bad of a kick there from Weber. Very nice kick, picked up at the 5 by Bergen. Up to the 10, 15, making a move to the other side of the field. Hennick's going to get down there and makes the tackle. Brandon Hennick, the decoy kicker, gets down there and makes the stop, but there is a flag on the play. So we'll see what the flag is for this play. 3 of the officials in there discussing. 3 of the 5-man crew here in Central City. Wildcats on top 20-0, 3:25 to go in our first quarter, or second quarter, first half, I should say. As we'll get the indication from the official. And he's going to take out his own flag and wave it in the air. There was no penalty on that play. Edgewood-Colesburg will take over 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. So nice kick on that previous play from Favre Weber. Looks like Brandon Hennick's going to get some playing time on defense here as he's going to line up at the cornerback on the left side. So sophomore gets into the ball game. Vikings up to the line. And they're going to split one receiver left. Rochford's in the shotgun. He's got two backs directly to either side. We got a timeout on the field. There's plenty of confusion out there on behalf of the Vikings. So they're going to use their first timeout of the half. They've got two remaining. 3:25 to play in our second quarter. It's a 20-0 Wildcat advantage. Here we're just a few minutes until the half. Why don't we take an updated look at our stats so far through nearly 2 quarters of football. For Central City, Jaden Hansen, 4 of 6, 30 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Greif caught 3 of those passes for 16 yards. The other went to Mekhi Benton. He caught 1 for 14 yards and a touchdown. In the running game, Aiden Klosterman, 12 carries, 86 yards and a touchdown, nearly over that 100-yard barrier for the second straight week, and we're not even to the half. Jaden Hansen, 3 carries, 23 yards. Christopher Greif ran it once for 18, and Matthew Klosterman, 2 carries for 9 yards. I'll touch on the Edco stats once we get to the half, if not earlier, depending on the timeouts we get. But both teams are already back out there, so refocus attention here to the live action as the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 17. Twin receivers to either side. Rochford in the shotgun. Waiting for the snap. Now Bergen comes in motion to the left. Rochford keeps it up the middle. He's met right away and brought down. Mekhi Benton was there. Luke Birds helped bring him down. So did Matthew Klosterman. Not a whole lot of room there for Price Rochford. In fact, I don't think he gained anything. Maybe lost a half yard. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Vikings from their own 17-yard line. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go until the half here in Central City. Rochford comes into the huddle. Cale Funk on the sideline, still not in possession of his helmet. So certainly don't anticipate seeing him at least in this first half. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right for Edco. Rochford in the shotgun. Rochford takes the snap. 3-step drop, he's in trouble. Now he's going to try to take off. Braxton Davis is there. Can't take him down. Mekhi Benton comes in, a house of fire from behind, and brings him down after a gain of just a couple. Rochford certainly didn't see him coming as Mekhi came out of nowhere and certainly let him know of his presence. That's a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for Edgewood-Colesburg. They have it at their own 20-yard line. Clock continues to roll down. We've got 2:13 and counting. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining in this first half. 3rd down and 7 upcoming as the Vikings send their center up to the line of scrimmage. Now the rest of the players break the huddle, and up to the line they go. Trips receivers to the right, to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Rochford in the shotgun, 3rd and 7 from their own 20. Rochford takes the snap, rolling to his left, looking for something, gets rid of it. Dawson Bergen's there, and it's caught, and it's a foot race to the end zone, and Aiden Klosterman is going to take him down at about the 20-yard line. Lucas Greif was out of position and couldn't recover fast enough. That is a completion down to the 21-yard line. That flips the field in a big way. Vikings have 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 21. 1:35 and counting until the half. And as I said a moment ago, the Vikings have 2 timeouts left. Gain of 39 on that pass completion from Price Rochford to Dawson Bergen. Nolan Gates is going to re-enter the game. Remember, he had the pick 6 not too long ago. Brandon Hennick jogs to the sideline. Wildcats up to the line. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now they're going to change the formation. Bergen is going to go down into a 3-point stance, so no receivers left. 3 to the right. Rochford in the shotgun. Rochford takes the snap, in trouble. He's going to try to take off. Matthew Klosterman's there. Arwen Betzer helps finish it off. Nothing there for Edgewood-Colesburg, and they're going to use a timeout with 58 seconds to go until the half. They're actually going to call that a loss of 1 on the carry from Price Rochford. And the Vikings use their 2nd timeout of the half. They've got 1 remaining, 58 seconds to go until halftime. Central City 20, Edgewood-Colesburg 0 is our score. So exciting first half of football here from Central City to this point. Wildcats the 20-point advantage on the scoreboard. Vikings have gotten it down to the 22. They only have 58 seconds left to work with, and they've got one timeout left. Wildcat defense going to try to hold strong here before the half. Remember, Central City won the coin toss earlier tonight, and they deferred. So Central City will get the ball first in our second half of play.
44-21.
Second down and 11 coming up. Ball spotted at the Viking 22. 58 seconds on the clock until we reach the half. One timeout left for the Vikings, two for the Wildcats if the situation were to change, and a timeout would become beneficial. One receiver left, three to the right. Rochford in the shotgun. As we get the indication from the referee, we're ready to go. Rochford takes the snap. He's going to keep it up the middle. Gets past the 20. Almost trips over his own man. He's taken down close to the 10-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. As he gets it down to the 10-yard line, Vikings will have first down and goal. First down and goal for Edgewood-Colesburg. The ball is at the 10. 38 seconds and counting to go until the half. One receiver left, one to the right. Rochford in the shotgun. Rochford takes the snap, drops back, looking end zone, trying to take off. Benton there, but can't bring him down. Rochford's going to take off, going towards the end zone. Brought down inside the 5 up to about the 4-yard line. Aiden Klosterman and Luke Birds in on the stop. And the Vikings are going to use their last timeout. They do so with 17 seconds left on the clock. They're going to spot the football at the 4. It's a gain of 6 for Price Rochford. It's going to be second down and goal from the 4. So timeout called by Edco. They have none left. They've used all 3. 17 seconds to go until we reach the half. Wildcats trying to keep the Vikings off the board here in the opening half from Central City. So as I said, 17 seconds on the clock. The situation, second down and goal for the Vikings. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. Wildcats lead at 20-0. Trying to keep things that way before we go to the half. No more timeouts for the Vikings, so not too many plays left for them to try to get into the end zone. Of course, here on second and goal, only 3 plays total as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal from the 4. One receiver to either side. Rochford in the shotgun. Vikings trying to get on the board. Wildcats trying to hold the 0 on the scoreboard before the half. Rochford takes the snap. Throws going to the right side. Back of the end zone, and they're going to get Nolan Gates for pass interference. It wasn't intentional, but he did bump him. And they're going to call pass interference. I believe in that situation, this will be half the distance to the goal. We've got 12 seconds left on the clock. So they're going to spot the football at about the 2. Half the distance in that situation. 12 seconds on the clock. Second down and goal from the 2 for Edgewood-Colesburg. 20-0 our score as the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. One receiver to either side. Second down and goal from the 2. 12 seconds on the clock. Rochford takes the snap. Looking end zone. Pass is there. It's incomplete. Nolan Gates breaks it up. And the pass falls to the ground, intended for Caden Cole on the slant pattern. Great coverage by Gates. It's incomplete. Third and goal is coming up from the 2. Clock reads 8 seconds to go until the half. Vikings have 2 plays and 8 seconds to work with before we reach halftime here from Central City. Vikings now break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Third down and goal to go from the 2-yard line. One receiver to either side. Cole is on the right, Bergen is on the left. Rochford in the shotgun takes the snap. Going end zone. Same play, and this time it works as Caden Cole makes the reception And the Vikings get on the board before the half. Same play run by the Vikings as they did on the previous play. This time it works as they are on the board. 20-6 our score, 2 seconds until the half. Vikings up to the line for the 2-point conversion. Same formation, one receiver to either side. Bergen left, Cole right. Cole just caught the touchdown. Rochford in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking end zone, gets rid of it. That is going to be incomplete. 2-point conversion is no good. So the Wildcats do keep him from getting the 2-point conversion. 2 seconds to play until the half. Our score now Central City 20, Edgewood-Colesburg 6. So the Vikings get a little bit closer. It's a 14-point lead for Central City. Just 2 seconds, so assume we won't see really any chance for the Central City offense to get something going here before the half. Both teams still on the sideline here. We're going to get play resumed momentarily. Vikings take the field, and they'll kick off for the first time tonight. Wildcats jog out there as well. As we'll see who kicks it away for the Vikings. Believe it'll be Price Rochford. That does seem to be the case. Aiden Klosterman will be back deep to return for Central City. Would be surprised if we didn't see some form of a squib kick here with 2 seconds on the clock until we reach the half. Ball falls off the tee, so Rochford goes and picks it back up. Aiden is set up at the 15-yard line. As the Vikings break their huddle and spread across the field, Rochford set to kick it away. Rochford comes up to the ball, sends it away. It's a squibber on the ground picked up by Central City. The clock will stop with 2 seconds, as it looks like that was Kinnick Weiss who got up there and recovered the football. So Central City will have it. First down and 10 from their own 38, and they will get a chance to run one play. So again, ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Central City just 2 yards away from midfield. But again, just 2 seconds on the clock, so time for just one play for Central City. Jaden Hansen probably going to be looking end zone here before the half. As he jogs into the huddle with the play call, they break the huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage. First down and 10, Central City from their own 38. Last play before the half, barring something unusual such as a form of a penalty that would give us another play. Hansen takes the snap, dropping back, looking end zone. Sends a great ball downfield, but it's not there as Lucas Greif was not there yet. That's going to be well incomplete. And that is going to bring us to the half here from Central City. We're halfway home, and the Wildcats lead it by 14. Our score, Central City 20, Edgewood-Colesburg 6. So both teams jogging off the field. As Central City will go into the locker room, and we'll see where Edco decides to set up here at the half. So again, our score, Central City 20, Edgewood-Colesburg 6. We have played a half of football here from Central City. Here at the half, why don't we take a look at how our first half broke down. Looking at the drives in the first quarter, Edgewood-Colesburg got it first. They fumbled it away. Central City got it. They drove 60 yards down the field on 6 plays and got on the board first on an Aiden Klosterman touchdown run. The Vikings then went 3 and out and were forced to punt. But the Wildcats traded back and punted right back to the Vikings. There was a great punt from Edco, down at the 1. And then it was another punt for Edco. Central City got it back, and they went 68 yards and 11 plays, but ended up turning it over on downs at about the 5 or 6 yard line. Vikings then went 3 and out once again. Wildcats had a great punt return and then went 18 yards on 2 plays to the end zone to take a 2-score lead at 14-0. Then Edgewood-Colesburg got it back, but threw an interception that Nolan Gates returned into the end zone for a touchdown, excuse me. And then Edco drove 63 yards on 8 plays, scoring just a couple of seconds before the half to get on the board, and that is how we get to our score of 20-6 here at the half. Here's a look at the first half stats for Central City first. Jaden Hansen, 4 of 7 passing for 30 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Klostrom did attempt one pass. It was incomplete. In the rushing game, Aiden Klosterman, 12 carries, 86 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Hansen, 3 carries, 23 yards. Christopher Greif ran it once. He picked up 18 on the ground. And Matthew Klosterman, 2 carries. He picked up 9 yards. Quickly putting the score in the chat here for anybody who joins our broadcast a little bit late. 20-6 our score here at the half. Back to the statistics. In the receiving game, Lucas Greif caught 3 passes for 16 yards. Mackay Benton, 1 reception, 14 yards, and a touchdown. For Edgewood-Colesburg, Cale Funk was 3 of 4 for 18 yards before he went down with an injury. And then Price Rochford came in relief, 4 of 7, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Entering tonight's game, Rochford was 0 of 2 passing the football on the season. Cale Funk and Price Rochford, the quarterbacks, are also the only players that have run the football. Funk, 7 carries for 35 yards. Rochford, 10 carries for 34 yards. Funk did also fumble the football on Edgewood-Colesburg's first possession to begin the ball game. Dawson Bergen caught 4 passes for 62 yards, including the 39-yarder that set up that touchdown shortly before the half. Caden Cole caught 2 passes for 5 yards and a touchdown. And Bennett Stager, 1 reception, and he lost 5 on that play. Defensively for Central City, Mackay Benton picked up 2 sacks in that first half, and Nolan Gates picked off a pass. He returned it roughly 55 yards for a Central City touchdown. No sacks, no interceptions, no real defensive stats to focus on and make a point of for Edgewood-Colesburg. That is how we get to the half with our score, Central City 20, Edgewood-Colesburg 6. So while we're at the half here in Central City, why don't we see if we can get some halftime scores from various teams around the district. Again, a recap of tonight's matchups in 8-player District 5. There's 2 other games going on between district teams. This is the 1 week this season where there will be nothing but district games for our teams in the district, because Calamus Wheatland and Central Arcata were scheduled to play each other this week. No rescheduling was needed. Both teams just dropped the game. So 4th-ranked Easton Valley is in Preston hosting Midland. And then the Springville Orioles are also at home. They are hosting Key. Last week, Edco beat Springville 52-7. Your Wildcats beat Key 48-0. Let's first take a look at Easton Valley. They usually broadcast all of their games. That is the case. And not too surprised there. The 4th-ranked team in 8-player in the state of Iowa, according to the latest poll from Radio Iowa, lead Midland by a score of 32-6. They're about 30 seconds away from the half. They're in Preston. So not much of a surprise there. Riverhawks handling the Midland Eagles pretty handily. 32-6, again, the score there in Preston. Easton Valley 32, Midland 6. And now let's see if we can get an update from that Springville Key game. That is, again, at Allison Field in Springville. Wildcats will be there here in a few weeks. Week 6 is when that game is scheduled, September 30th. So still a few weeks out, but Wildcats will be going there here later this season. Orioles, came to Central City last year, and it was a heartbreaking loss in the closing moments for Central City. Maybe we can load something up here. Take a look at the Springville score. Pretty interesting first half of football here from Central City tonight. A lot of momentum shifts and exciting plays. Wildcats go in with a 14-point advantage here at the half. Looks like Springville do have a broadcast going right now. I'll see if I can get into it. Looks like they're on a commercial break at the moment. See if I can go back a few moments. Likely at the half. They're in Springville, just some 25 minutes away from here. And not super surprised, it does appear to be a pretty good ball game. Those are two fairly comparable teams this season. 24-17 looks like is the score between Key and Springville. The Hawks up by a touchdown. So there's your updates. Midland being not quite sure if you can call it a blowout yet. 32-6, kind of in that gray area, but it is a pretty dominant lead for Easton Valley. It's a good ball game between Key and Springville. The Key Hawks lead it by a score of 24-17. And speaking of the Central City schedule the rest of the season, I touched on it a little bit ago with the Springville game coming up in a few weeks. Why don't we take a look at that schedule? Of course, here in Week 3, Wildcats hosted Lone Tree and won 44-21 2 weeks ago. Last week went to Key and won 48-0. Next week, they'll be traveling to Wyoming, to the Wyoming Fairgrounds to be specific. They'll be taking on the Midland Eagles, and that'll be homecoming night for Midland. Wildcats led Midland at the half last season before the offense came out flat. They ended up losing that one by a couple of touchdowns last season. See if Central City can take down Midland on homecoming. That'll be next Friday, September 16th. Week 5 is the big one. Easton Valley comes to town. It's homecoming night for Central City. And Easton Valley is the 4th-ranked team in the state of Iowa, according to the Radio Iowa poll released this past Monday. Assume they wouldn't fall too much farther from there. Assume they're going to be pretty high up once they get to Central City for our homecoming game 2 weeks from now, September 23rd. Then the aforementioned trip to Springville in Week 6, September 30th. Wildcats will make the short drive over to Springville, and they will try to take back the Tractor Bowl trophy. It has been in possession of the Orioles since 2019. Like I said, it almost stayed here in Central City last year. Orioles won that one on the 70-yard touchdown strike late in the game, closing moments. Central City will try to make sure they bring that trophy back with them on the bus to Central City. And that will conclude district play, so in all likelihood, by September 30th, the Wildcats will know if they are going to the postseason or not. Again, it's only 6 teams this season. 3 will go in by right. The top 3 in each district qualify automatically. There's 10 districts, so there's 30 teams. That leaves just 2 spots for teams at large to pick up a berth. Last year, Springville did just that. They went to the playoffs as one of the 2 at-large teams. If that happened this year, one of the District 5 teams got one of those at-large bids. That would mean the majority of the teams in our district did make the postseason. Week 7, October 7th, is at West Central. That is, again, non-district. We're going to Maynard. Take on the legendary Coach Steve Milder and his West Central Blue Devils. Something of a resurgence for the Blue Devils this year. They were off to their first 3-0 start. I think Jeff Johnson from the Gazette said it was their first start at 3-0 since 2012 or something along those lines. So very good start. They've got a kid by the name of Brandon Cush, and he's run for 16 touchdowns in 3 games. That's not too shabby. That'll be a good test for the Wildcats outside of district. No bearing on playoff qualifications. But that'll be a good non-district test in Week 7. Then Week 8, October 14th. Interesting game, I should say. Hiawatha out of Kirkland, Illinois, will make the 3-hour and 15-minute trip. I tracked it. It's a long drive for those Hiawatha players. They will travel to Central City. That will be the Wildcats senior night, as that will conclude the regular season. And hopefully on October 21st, the Wildcats are playing in the postseason. One interesting thing to note, I'll touch on it certainly once we get to that Hiawatha game here in a few weeks. But actually in the state of Illinois, they play their 8-player football on a field that is 40 yards wide, just like ours, but it's actually 100 yards long. So that'll be a big change for Hiawatha when they make the trip to Central City. Just 80 yards here in the state of Iowa. So same width, but 20 yards cut off of the length of the field. So there's a look at your Central City football schedule. Remember, I'll have the call each and every Friday night throughout the football season. If you can't make it out to a game here and there, or if you're out of state and can't make it to any of them, we can certainly tune in here on the Wildcat Sports broadcast each Friday, 6:45. I'll have the pregame for you. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock each Friday night throughout the football season. So there's a look at the Wildcat schedule. Why don't we switch gears here a little bit and take a look at what the Central City volleyball team has been up to lately. Last time we checked in, they had just taken down Calamus-Wheatland by a score of 3-1. And looks like they haven't posted the results of any games since then, unless Varsity Bound is just a bit behind here. Oh, there we go. So Central City actually had a great tournament over at Midland this past weekend. They nearly won the whole thing. They beat Olwine 2-0, North Cedar 2-1, Marquette Catholic 2-0, and they finally fell in the tournament championship to Springville, one of the top 5 teams in the state of Iowa for Class 1A. They lost that 2-1. They lost the first set 21-12, won set 2 21-16, and fell in the third and deciding set by a final of 15-12. Then Wildcats got Tri-Rivers Conference play underway last night. It was not a Tri-Rivers West game. It was East versus West, so it won't count towards conference standings. But it was a matchup between Tri-Rivers foes. Lisbon Lions, the 6th-ranked team in Class 2A, if I'm not mistaken, certainly somewhere in the top 10, made the trip to Central City, and the Wildcats were competitive for the most part. Were within a couple of points each set, but did not win a set. They lost that game last night 3-0. It went 26-24, 25-22, 25-19. Lisbon sweeping the Wildcats. That game was heard right here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. If you're interested, you can certainly go back and listen to that game. Cindy McCarthy had the call last night. That game is available to be streamed on demand on our YouTube channel. Wildcats will make the trip to South Hardin tomorrow morning. They've got a tournament there starting at 9 o'clock. Alongside the Wildcats, these Edgewood-Colesburg Vikings will be there. So will Boone, Gladbrook-Rhinebeck, Grandview Christian, Greene County, Olwan, and the host South Hardin. Should be a good competitive tournament tomorrow morning for the Wildcats. See if they can keep up their good play. And then looking back towards regular season action, they will be back home on September 15th, this coming Thursday. It'll be Wildcats on Wildcats as Maquoketa Valley makes the trip to Central City. And they will host Maquoketa Valley this coming Thursday. The week after that, the 20th, on Tuesday, they host Alburnett. They travel to Alburnett. And then they have another road game on the 22nd. They make the trip to Winthrop. And they take on East Buchanan on the 22nd of September. And then they host Springville, on the 27th. They've played them tough a couple of times this year at a couple of different tournaments. Lost 2-1 at the Cascade tournament as well as 2-1 at the Midland tournament. Wildcats will get them on their home floor. This one's best of 5, of course. Tournament games are best of 3. Regular varsity games, non-tournament style, are best of 5 sets. So they get Springville on the 27th. The Vikings will be hosting Central City on September 29th. And then senior night for the Wildcats. I'm assuming it'll be senior night at least. Last regular season home game against the Starmont Stars, October 4th. And then the Wildcats conclude their regular season October 6th. They travel to Troy Mills to take on North Lynn. It's a lot of good stuff going on for your Wildcat volleyball team. Dropped a tough one to Lisbon last night, but Lisbon's a very good program. If they were still in 1A, they'd be competing for the state championship, but as I touched on last week, Dyke New Hartford runs Class 2A. Nobody really has a shot at them. We'll see if that comment bites me once we get to the state tournament, but I can't imagine anybody taking down Dyke New Hartford. I'm actually on the call tomorrow night for some UNI volleyball from the McLeod Center, and UNI coached by Coach Peterson. Bobby Peterson, the head coach for the UNI Panther volleyball program, has been for several years. All of her children go through that Dyke New Hartford program, and they clearly pick up some tips from their mom because that's a dominant program there in Dyke. Wildcats 8 wins, 6 losses this season as they get set for their tournament tomorrow morning. Wishing the best of luck to our Wildcat volleyball team. Hopefully we continue to see some more W's racked up as we go through the season. 20 seconds and counting on the clock. I believe we're going to get a 3-minute time period set in the clock. And we will. So 3 more minutes until we get our second half of action underway. Central City will get the football first after they've deferred on the opening kickoff. Deferred on the opening coin toss of the ball game. So Edco getting stretched out a little bit. Wildcats doing the same. Edco in the end zone to my right. Wildcats along the sideline. Before we get the second half underway, why don't we give another shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. From your first checking account to your first car, first mortgage to retirement, and all the money matters in between, Heartland Bank people relate because they're your people. They're in your community, sitting beside you at the kids' games, working local fundraisers, and shooting the breeze at the grocery store. Start building the banking relationship of a lifetime with Heartland Bank. Member FDIC. You hear me touch on those shout-outs to Heartland Bank several times throughout the season. Once we get into basketball, of course, we'll get some of those as well. Could not provide you these broadcasts without their support. So can't say thank you enough to Heartland Bank for helping out Central City with these Wildcat sports broadcasts. I'm happy to bring you every Friday throughout the football season. Doesn't really matter.
What's that?
Whatever you.
I'd rather have it light off. Is that what she's asking?
Yeah.
I'd rather have it light off.
Central City kick return team is huddled up along the sideline. And they'll take the field here in just a moment. About to get our third quarter underway here from Central City. Wildcats on top of Edgewood-Colesburg by a score of 20-6. They'll try to extend that lead if they can once we get second half action going. Looks like we got just over 1 minute on the clock, about 1 minute and 10 seconds. But the Vikings are taking the field now. See if we see Cale Funk in this second half. He went out with an injury late in the first quarter. We haven't seen him since. Looks like Price Rochford will kick it away for Edco. Not sure I see Cale Funk there on the sideline. He's usually a member of this kickoff team. We'll see if we see him. Aiden close from back deep for the Wildcats. He's going to set up at about the 15-yard line. Nolan Gates is in front of him at the 20. Christopher Greif and Matthew Klosterman set up at around the 25-yard line. Vikings break their huddle. They spread across the field, and we're going to get set to go here for third quarter football. Rodford makes his approach. Kick is there. It's going to be fielded by Gates. He had the pick six in the first half. Returns this one past the 30, and he's taken down shy of the 35. Pretty good field position for the Wildcats to begin this second half. Nolan Gates has gotten the ball in his hands a couple of times, and he's done a pretty good job both times. Returns that one up to the 33, we'll call it. And that's where Central City will start this second half. First down and 10. So Wildcats about to come up to the football, and now they do break the huddle and come up to the line of scrimmage. Looks like Jaden Hansen will start the second half on the sideline as the Klosterman brothers are back there to take the snap. Snap is going to go to Aiden, trying to go up the middle. Finds a little bit of room, gets past the 35, and he'll be taken down shortly thereafter at about the 37. Not a bad run there on first down by Aiden. Picks up about 6. Up to the 37-yard line. It's going to be second down and 5 yards to go, we'll call it, from the 37. Wildcats break the huddle. Second down and about 5 yards to go here from their own 37. Same formation, Klosterman brothers back there. This one goes to Aiden once again. Has some room going out to the left side. Now he's going to try to cut it up and gets to about midfield, but the room closed quickly. Third down is upcoming for Central City. Gain of about 3 on that carry by Aiden. Up to midfield. It is going to be third down, 3 yards to go from the 40-yard line. Wildcats break the huddle. Third down, 3 yards to go from midfield. Same formation, Klosterman brothers back there. Snap goes to Christopher Greif on the direct snap. Fighting ahead, he may be short, but we may have the first down. We'll see what the indication is. He got 3 yards, that's what he needed. It's going to come down to the spot. And the head referee comes in there and says that is good enough for a first down. So first and 10 Central City. Christopher Greif, the fullback, takes the direct snap. He needed 3 yards, that's what he gets. First and 10 Central City from the Edgewood-Colesburg 37-yard line. 10:34 to go in our third quarter. Wildcats on top 20-6. Wildcats up to the line. First and 10 from the Viking 37. Matthews on the left. Aiden's on the right in the backfield. Snap goes to Matthew this time. Going down the sideline. He's going to be taken down past the 35. Got up to about the 33-yard line. So Matthew picks up about 4 on that carry. Keeps the Wildcats on schedule. Gain of 4. Second and 6. Ball is spotted at the Viking 33. Matthew Klosterman jogs into the huddle. Jaden Hansen is up and throwing. getting his arm warmed up, but we haven't seen him on the field yet in this second half. Playing catch with Lucas Greif, his top receiver, neither of whom are in this current formation. Wildcats up to the line, 2nd and 6 from the 33. Snap goes to Aiden Klosterman, punching it up the middle. Past the 30, he should be close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot. He might be a yard short. Got it up to about the 28. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 after a gain of 5 on 2nd and 6. 3rd down and 1 upcoming for Central City. Ball is spotted at the Edgewood-Colesburg 28. All they need is the 27 to move the chains. Matthew Klosterman runs in the play call. Central City up to the line. 3rd down and 1 from the Viking 28. Matthew on the left, Aiden on the right in this formation. Snap goes to Aiden, punching it up the middle. Have the first down and more, past the 25, fighting ahead to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a couple yards short of that. But that is more than enough to move the chains. I think they're going to spot him at the 22-yard line. Chains are moved. 1st down and 10 Central City from the Edco 22. Matthew Klosterman jogs back into the huddle. Aiden has gone over 100 yards in this game on that run, by the way, unofficially, of course. I've got him for 16 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 22 for Central City. Matthew Klosterman in the shotgun. It goes to Christopher Greif, direct snap, gets it past the 20, still rumbling ahead, and he's going to be taken down about a yard short of the 15, and they're going to spot him at about the 16-yard line. Christopher Greif, quite a good fullback, gets low, pushes ahead, keeps those legs churning. But looks like Dayton Price is down on the ground, a little slow to get up, but he's going to get up without assistance, and he's good to go. So they're going to spot the football at the 17-yard line. Gain of 5 for Christopher. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 17. Wildcats up to the line, 2nd and 5 from the 17. Same formation, Matthew Klosterman and Aiden Klosterman back there. Greif the fullback. This one goes to Aiden. Taking his time in the backfield, makes a juke move, tries to fight ahead, gets a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down. I think he brought it up to the 14-yard line. Got about 3 on that carry. They are going to spot it at about the 14. So 3rd down and a long 2 upcoming for Central City. We need the 12 to move the chains here on 3rd down. As they come up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 2 from the 14. Matthew on the left, Aiden on the right. Klosterman brothers back there. This one is going to go to Matthew. Going to the left, down the sideline. He's got the first down, and he picks up a couple more. Finally taken down. He kept fighting ahead there on the far side of the field. And that will set up 1st down and goal for the Wildcats. Ball is spotted at the 5-yard line, it looks like. That was a gain of 9 by Matthew, and it's 1st and goal, 5 yards between the Wildcats and the end zone, making it a 3-score game. Still no Jaden Hanson this possession. He's on the sideline getting his arm loose. He's extended his throwing range significantly down there as he gets his arm ready to go. 1st and goal from the 5 for Central City. Matthew on the left, Aiden on the right. Snap is going to go to Matthew Klosterman, going towards that far sideline. Makes a couple men miss. Fighting ahead. Did he get in? Waiting for the signal. No, he's just short. Needed 5 yards. Got about 4.8 yards. Very official calculation there. We'll call that 2nd down and goal. Ball is at the 1-yard line. And calling that the 1 is generous. It is nose of the football is in shouting distance of that goal line. Very close. 6 minutes, 10 seconds. Wildcats have taken nearly 6 minutes off the clock. By the time this ball is snapped, there will be 6 minutes off the clock in this second half. Same formation. Klosterman brothers back there. 2nd down and goal inside the 1. Snap goes to Matthew. Pretty much same play. Going up the middle, but he's stopped and upended, and he's going to be short. No gain on that carry. Might have actually lost a half yard, and 3rd and goal is upcoming. So Matthew Klosterman runs it again, but that time upended before it could go anywhere. Looks like he actually lost a couple of yards. We'll call that a loss of 1. 3rd down and goal. The ball is at the 2. Matthew Klosterman jogs into the huddle. Vikings making a defensive substitution. Looks like Bennett Stager just entered the game. He replaces Connor Kirby. 3rd and goal from the 2. Wildcats have 2 plays to get 2 yards up to the line of scrimmage. Nothing changed in the formation. Christopher Greif, the fullback, Close brothers back there. Snap goes to Aiden. Going to the right, gets a block, and he's into the end zone waiting for the indication. No, they're going to say he's a half-yard short. Unbelievable. Could have sworn he was in there for the touchdown, but no, they say Aiden is just short, and 4th and goal is upcoming. Unfortunate spot on that one. But it's 4th down and goal inside the 1-yard line. And here we go. We're down about 4.5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Great drive, but the Wildcats need a 4th and goal touchdown to make it count. 4th and goal from the 1. Goes to Christopher Greif. He plunges ahead. He has to be in there, and he is. Christopher Greif gets into the end zone for the touchdown. That's his first touchdown of the season, and the Wildcats extend their lead. It is 26-6, Central City on top. Wildcats take so much time off the clock on that possession. They're down to 4:28 to go. 7.5 minutes come off the clock, and they end up getting 6 out of the deal. Looks like same formation for the 2-point conversion attempt. It goes to Matthew. He's going to throw, in fact. Benton's open to the back of the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. So the 2-point conversion is no good. But nonetheless, 4:28 to go in our 3rd quarter. Central City leading Edgewood-Colesburg by a score of 26-8. Fantastic drive there by the Wildcats. It results in 6. Christopher Greif punches it into the end zone for the first time this season. And Central City leads this game 26-6, 20-point advantage for the Wildcats. Got a comment from Buck Little. Let's go Cats. Thanks for listening in, Buck. Appreciate you joining the broadcast here tonight. 13 plays, 47 yards across 7.5 minutes on that opening drive of the second half for Central City. And they cap it off with a Christopher Greif touchdown run from a yard out. So 4 minutes, 28 seconds is on the clock. Wildcats lead this one by 20, 26-6, and they're going to kick it away. Jaden Hansen is back out there for the first time this half. He's going to kick it away. That's good to see. He got banged up a little bit in that first half. Did play for the majority of it. Spent that entire first possession on the sideline, taking some warm-up tosses with Lucas Greif, neither of whom, 2 of the biggest offensive contributors for the Wildcats this year, saw the field. It was all the Closman brothers, a little bit of Christopher Greif thrown in, especially there at the end. Dawson Bergen back deep to return for Edco back there at the 5. 3 players up at the 25 as Hansen comes up to it, and it's going to be sent away. That's a pretty good kick fielded by Bergen at the 3, returns it up to the 10, making a move to the 15, makes a move past the 20 now, making men miss, finally brought down close to the 30. That's another good return by Dawson Bergen. Returns it nearly 30 yards. We'll see where they spot the football. Looks like just shy of the 30 at about the 29-yard line. And that is where the umpire will set it down. First down and 10, Edgewood-Colesburg from their own 29. 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in our 3rd quarter. Wildcats on top, 26-6. Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 29 as they begin their first possession of the second half with just over 4 minutes to go until the 4th quarter. Trips receivers to the left. Price Rochford still in there at quarterback. He's in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's a one-step drop. Gets rid of it. It's going to be caught by Dawson Bergen, but stops right away. Dayton Price on the stop. Gets it up past the 30. You could hear audible portion of the Wildcat crowd wanting the holding call. No flag comes in, but it's pretty modest gain there. We'll call it a gain of 3 on the completed pass from Price Rochford to Dawson Bergen. Gets it up to about the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 7 upcoming. Dawson Bergen splits out to the left for Edgewood-Colesburg. Caden Cole split out right. Rochford in the shotgun. He's got a couple of backs in front of him. Rochford takes the snap, drops back, gets rid of it right away. Nearly picked off, as I believe that was Luke Birds. Yes, it was, that jumped up there. Got a hand on it. Nearly came down with it. Great defense from Birds that time as he interrupted the play in a big way. 3rd down and 7. from the 32-yard line. Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage as they have 3rd down and 7. Need the 39 to move the chains. One receiver to either side. Bergen left, Cole right. Rochford in the shotgun. Takes the snap. A little bit high. Kind of threw off the momentum of the play. Ball going down to Cole. It's going to be caught as Nolan Gates got beat on that play. And they bring it inside the 15, close to the 10, but I think Caden Cole is going to be slow getting up. Injury timeout is called as Cole is still on the ground after that completed pass. But that will set up. But a flag comes in, and it goes against Edgewood-Colesburg. What was the penalty? Holding was the call. I completely missed it. My apologies, folks. So I was more focused on the long play downfield. Take that penalty on, or take that big gain off the board, I should say. As holding is the call on Edgewood-Colesburg. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot. And we'll replay 3rd down. That's a big break for Central City. They're going to spot the football way back at the 19. It'll be 3rd and very long for the Vikings. 3rd down and 20 upcoming for Edgewood-Colesburg. Ball spotted at their own 19. They need a 39 to move the chains. 3:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Rochford in the shotgun. One receiver to either side. Cole did leave the game with an injury. High snap, but he handles it. He's going to take off at the middle. David Munyakazi's there. Can't bring him down, but he will be brought down before the original line of scrimmage. Looks like Luke Birds was in on that stop for Central City, and 4th down and long is upcoming. Rochford brought it past the 25 up to about the 27. So give them a gain of 8, we'll call it, but 4th down and 12 is upcoming. Vikings have it at their own 27-yard line. Lucas Greif is going back deep to return an upcoming punt. Long snapper for the Vikings is Colin Harris. He will send it back to Price Rochford. Lucas Greif sets up at about the 15, now coming up to the 20-yard line. Good snap, gets the punt away. Not a bad one, end over end, but it's fielded by Greif with room to return. Brings it up to the 30. 35, makes a man miss, past midfield, and he's going to be taken down in Viking territory. Another nice return on that punt by Lucas Greif. And the Wildcats will have it past midfield. And I think they're going to spot that at the 37-yard line in the Edgewood-Colesburg portion of the field. 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go until the 4th quarter. Wildcats on top 26-6, and they have possession of the football in Viking territory. Jaden Hansen still not in the game, as we got the same formation we saw in that previous possession. Closeman brothers back there to take the snap. That one goes to Aiden, trying to find some room down the right side. He's past the 30, tripped up and taken down, but he should be close to a 1st down. And Chase Kirby of the Vikings thinks he's going to step over Mackay Benton. Kind of showboats a little bit there, but we'll take that result as it's a gain up to the 25-yard line. Gain of 12 by Aiden that time. It'll be 1st and 10 for Central City. Ball spotted 25-yard line. Near hash for Central City. They're working left to right, so it's on the right hash as they come up to the line. Minute 45 to go until the 4th. Close from brothers back there. Aiden on the left, Matthew on the right. Christopher Greif is the fullback. He scored a touchdown last possession, remember. This one goes to Aiden. Got some blocking there, but not enough as Carter Oberbrockling brings him down, helped out by Dawson Bergen. Gained about 2 yards up to the 23. As 2nd down and 8 is upcoming for the Wildcat offense. Clock continues to roll down as Josh Lindsay is going to enter the ballgame. He had a great 4th quarter last week at Key. Ran the football 6 times, 86 yards and a touchdown. This is the first time I've seen him here on offense tonight. Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. As Aiden Klosterman is out of the ballgame, Josh Lindsay is back there to take the snap. He's on the right, Matthew Klosterman to the left. 2nd and 8 from the 23. Snap goes to Lindsay, trying to find some room up the middle. He'll be taken down up past the 20-yard line up to about the 19. Not a bad run there by Lindsay. Gets a gain of about 4. 3rd down and manageable upcoming for Central City. We'll call that 3rd down and 4. Clock running down. I do believe the Wildcats have to snap it before the end of the 3rd quarter. Just a couple second difference in the play clock and game clock. Wildcats up to the line, same formation. Josh Lindsay still in there. with Matthew Klosterman. Christopher Greif, the fullback. 3rd and 4 from the 19. Snap will go to Matthew Klosterman, going down the left sideline. He's going to have the first down and more. He's past the 10, 5. Matthew Klosterman goes 19 yards, and that's a Central City touchdown. They extend their lead. Matthew Klosterman finds the end zone for the first time this season, and a flag comes in after the fact. I'm assuming that's going to be on the celebration. Nonetheless, the touchdown will stand. So flag came out. The head referee is going to have a conversation with the Vikings head coach, James Rochford. Now gives an indication. After the play, we got unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's called against Central City. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. I believe they will assess it on the 2-point conversion. So they will march off the penalty yardage, but the referee does give the indication. As I touched on, the touchdown does stand. Matthew Klosterman, 19 yards to pay dirt. Wildcats on top, 32-6. They'll take their conversion back at the 18-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. So they'll go for the 2-point conversion way back there at the 18. Josh Lindsay and Matthew Klosterman there. It goes to Klosterman. He's going to go up the middle. Runs into a couple of his own blockers, breaks out, but he's going to be taken down. Nothing really going there for Matthew on that carry. So the 2-point conversion is no good. We've got 12 seconds to go in our third quarter. Central City leading this game. Our score, Central City 32, Edgewood-Colesburg 6. Wildcats continue to take time off the clock, as I don't think they've passed it. Might have passed it once on something of a trick play, but they really haven't passed the football yet in this half. It's been all on the ground, and Matthew Klosterman runs it in that time from 19 yards out. 3 different players have scored on the ground for Central City, both of the Klosterman brothers as well as Christopher Greif. Jaden Hansen, also had a touchdown connection with Makai Benton. So the Wildcats come out onto the field. By the way, folks, if that doesn't quite add up to our 32-6 score, it's because we can't forget Nolan Gates with his pick 6 late in the second quarter. Jaden Hansen sets the ball on the tee. Dawson Bergen back deep to return for Edgewood-Colesburg. He'll set up shop at about the 5-yard line as Hansen marches off his steps, and he'll send it away. Not much time left in this third quarter for Edco as they come up to the ball. Hansen sends it away. That's a very good kick. And that'll carry a couple yards over the goal line for a touchback. And they'll bring that one out to the 15-yard line. That's where Edco will start this possession. First down and 10. So no time comes off the clock, of course, on the touchback. 12.3 seconds until we reach halftime. Until we reach the end of the third quarter. Bryce Rochford jogs into the huddle for Edgewood-Colesburg. The backup quarterback still out there leading the way for Edco. Started the game at running back, but Cale Funk, the starting quarterback for the Vikings, was injured. He's still sitting on the bench. I assume we won't see him again this game. Receiver to either side for the Vikings as he takes the snap, drops back. Rochford sends one deep down the field. It's going to be tipped and nearly intercepted. Lucas Greif tipped it. Nolan Gates almost picked it off for the second time tonight. That was really good pass coverage on that play for Central City. Intended target on that play was Ian Miller, 6'1", 160-pound senior for the Vikings, but it was broken up by a couple of different Wildcats. 5 seconds on the clock here in our third quarter. Again, our score here is 32-6. Vikings come up to the ball. They're going to go with 2 receivers left. Bennett Stager is back there next to Rochford to his left as a running back. They will hand it off to Bennett Stager. Braxton Davis blows it up and tosses him down for a tackle for loss. Luke Birds helped him out as well. And Braxton blows that play up, and that is how we end our third quarter. We are 3 quarters through this one, folks. Central City leads it by a score of 32-6. Great performance by the Wildcats here tonight. By the way, Bennett Stager on the carry there for Edco. That's the first time that a Viking that doesn't play quarterback has run the football here tonight. He does so for a loss of 5. Once we get the third quarter going, it'll be Edgewood-Colesburg football, 3rd and 15 from their own 10. But right now, why don't we give a shout out to our sole sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is everywhere you are with our online and mobile banking apps. You have your accounts at your fingertips, anytime, anywhere. Check your balances, pay bills, transfer money, and find Heartland Bank locations with just a touch. Bank on the go at www.hbtbank.com. Member FDIC. So about set to go here for fourth quarter action from Central City. It's a 32-6 lead for the Wildcats. As both teams make their way back onto the field. And we'll get the fourth quarter underway. 3rd and 15 for Edgewood-Colesburg. They have it at their own 10. 12 minutes set in the clock. We're going to get our fourth quarter underway. Receiver to either side for Edco. Price Rochford in the shotgun. Miller to the left. Bergen is on the right. Snap goes to Rochford, rolling left. Gets set, throws across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Great pass coverage by Aiden Klosterman. Gets up and gives the incomplete signal. He is right. Aiden Klosterman breaks that one up, intended for the leading receiver on this Edco team, Dawson Bergen, the intended target. 4th down and 15 yards to go for Edco. And they're going to get set to punt it away. 11:54 to go here in the ball game. Lucas Greif back deep to return for Central City. He'll set up at about the 35. Price Rochford will punt it away for Edco. A couple yards in front of the goal line. High snap, but he handles it, gets it away. It's a line drive kick going towards the far sideline. Takes a pretty good Viking roll. It's going to die at about the 32. A couple of Vikings jog down there and pick it up. Dawson Bergen, the one that got down there. They're going to spot that at the 32-yard line. That's where Central City will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 32. $11 minutes, 46 seconds to play in this game. Wildcats trying to start 3-0, and they lead at 32-6 late in the game. Still no Jaden Hansen for Central City. The Klosterman brothers are out there. And Christopher Greif is the fullback. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Snap goes to Aiden Klosterman. Dancing around in the backfield, but nothing's there. Looks like he was fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage on that carry. No gain, as 2nd down and 10 from our own 32-yard line for Central City will be upcoming. Matthew Klosterman and Dayton Price jog into the huddle for the Wildcats as Matthew will bring in the play call. Wildcats up to the line, 2nd and 10 from their own 32. Klosterman brothers back there. This snap goes to Christopher Greif, the fullback. Plunges ahead past the 35. Will be taken down at the 36. That's a gain of 4. Christopher on that carry. That'll make it 3rd down and 6 for Central City from their own 36. Looks like a player at about midfield having some troubles with cramps. Believe that is David Munyakazi down there, as Beth will run out and try to help him out with his cramps. So we got an official timeout. 10:51 says the scoreboard to play in our game. 32-6 is our score. Wildcats on top. And Vaughn gives me a correction. 10:51.3 if we want to be specific about things. So Wildcats come over to the sideline. Best thought they're working on David Munyakazi. Side note, happy to see David back out there. He did not dress last week at Key. Made the trip, but was not in his helmet and shoulder pads. He's up and now grabs his helmet. He'll walk over on his own power. He seems to be all right. Just needs to get stretched out a little bit. But he had some shoulder problems that kind of flared up in the Lone Tree game. This is dating back to baseball season. This has been bothering him a little bit. Went through some physical therapy, and it appears he's good to go. He's been doing a good job here tonight, and he gets a nice hand as he comes off the sideline. So both teams are back out there, and we're going to resume play. Wildcats have 3rd down and 6 from their own 36-yard line. Still have not seen Jaden Hansen, except for the 2 kickoffs so far in this second half. He stays on the sideline here on 3rd and 6. Colesburg brothers back there for Central City. Snap is going to go to Aiden, trying to find some room. Plunges up the middle, past midfield. He will be close to a first down, but it might be 4th and a yard. Flag comes out after the fact. The umpire, that's the referee that spots the ball and is in the middle of everything, threw the flag. Believe this flag was after the play, so the yardage will count up to the 39-yard line across midfield. We'll see what the call is. Some extracurriculars after the fact, and seems to be. After the play, personal foul called against Edgewood-Colesburg. That's an automatic first down and a 15-yard penalty. Wildcats will have a fresh set of downs. So instead of 4th and a yard, it'll be 1st down and 10, 15 yards further down the field. After the personal foul penalty called against Edco. Referee marches the ball down the field. And they're going to spot it at the 24 after the 15-yard penalty. So 1st and 10 Central City from the Viking 24. The snap is going to go to Matthew Klosterman, going to the left, finds a little bit of room, past the 20, taken down. No, he gets back up, and now he's shoved down to the ground by Carter Oberbrockling. Price Rochford had him grabbed by the ankles, but Matthew just kept fighting and refused to go down on first contact. Very nice run there from Matthew. Gets it up past the 20. And they're going to spot that football at about the 17-yard line. Call that 2nd down and 3. Ball at the 17-yard line in Viking territory. 9:45 and counting to go in the game. Wildcats up to the line. 2nd and 3 from the 17. Same formation. Klosterman brothers back there. Matthew on the left, Aiden on the right. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Snap goes to Matthew, going to the right. Some blocking is there. Trying to stretch it out. Past the 10, 5, and he finds the end zone. Matthew Klosterman punches it into the end zone for the 2nd time in 2 drives. He kept stretching it out. There was no contain, and he punches this one in from 17 yards. Wildcats extend their lead. 38-6 is our score. They will be just shy of the running clock regardless of this 2-point conversion. It's either going to be a 32 or 34-point advantage. But nonetheless, we are getting into the territory of running clock. That goes to show you how much improved this Wildcat team is. Those first 2 weeks, they beat teams that beat up on them last year, but those teams lost a lot. This Viking team did not lose a lot from last season. And the Wildcats have been running this score up a little bit. They'll go for 2 here. Snap is going to go to Matthew Klosterman. Fumbles it, picks it up, breaks out of a tackle. Now trying to find some room. Still fighting back there. Now he's still loose. Unbelievable effort on that play. That's the most exciting negative 4-yard play I've seen in quite some time. So the 2-point conversion's no good, but exceptional effort on that 2-point conversion for Matthew Klosterman. We've got 9:22 to go in the ball game. Our score, Central City 38, Edgewood-Colesburg 6. Quite the performance from these Wildcats here tonight. It was a 54-6 blowout last season at Edgewood-Colesburg. The Vikings had their JV in for the majority of the 4th quarter. And like I said, this Viking team really didn't lose all that much. Their stud quarterback is still there. Most of the core around him are still there, but this Wildcat team is just that much better this year, folks. No 0-6 start to the season this year. They're about 9 minutes away from starting 3-0. Edgewood-Colesburg back out there to return. Dawson Bergen is back deep. Jaden Hansen comes out there to kick it away. He will do so momentarily. As he's going to set the ball at the 30-yard line. So Hansen marches off his steps. Brandon Hennick is up there with him. And again, Dawson Bergen back at the 5 to return for Edco. Hansen comes up to the ball, and he sends it away. That's a pretty good kick. High end over end. That will bounce and goes over the goal line after one bounce. That is a touchback, and Edco will get the football 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. 9 minutes, 22 seconds on the clock. As Edgewood-Colesburg will have first down and 10 from their own 15. Wildcats looking for a 3-0 start. And they're about 9 minutes away from making that their record. So ball is placed at the 15. Edgewood-Colesburg breaks the huddle, and they come up to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers to either side for the Vikings as Price Rochford stands in the shotgun. Rochford takes the snap, bit high, goes up the middle, but Mekhi Benton gets back there and says, no, sir, throws him to the ground for a loss of 1. Benton has been terrorizing backfields all season long through these first 3 games. Does so again there. It's going to be a loss of 1, second down and 11 from the 14 for the Vikings. Vikings up to the line, twin receivers to either side. Rochford in the shotgun. He takes the snap, rolling left, looking to get rid of it. Benton's there, but not quite in time as Stager makes the catch. First down past the 30 and driven down shy of the 35. Lucas Greif on the stop, as was Nolan Gates. Bennett Stager, the receiver there for Edco. That'll be a first down up past the 30-yard line. Going to spot the football at about the 33. First down and 10 for Edco from their own 33. After a gain of 19 on that completion. Rochford to Stager that time. Vikings up to the line, first and 10 from their own 33. One receiver to either side. Kirby is over here on the near side. Believe that's Bergen over there, but can't quite get a number. Rochford takes the shotgun snap. Rolling right. Benton's there. Can't quite bring him down, but the ball is going to be incomplete. Yep, incomplete. Ian Miller tried to make a diving effort, but couldn't trap it. Aiden Klosterman actually almost came in there and picked off his 4th pass of the season. Not sure if I've touched on it yet in this game, but Aiden Klosterman is actually tied to the top of the leaderboard regardless of class in the state of Iowa with 3 interceptions. He's tied with a handful of players for the highest mark in the state. Second down and 10 upcoming for the Vikings from their own 33. They come to the line. Twin receivers to either side once again. Price Rochford is in the shotgun. Ball's in the middle of the field. No hash there as Bergen comes in motion. It's a pitch pass. It's incomplete, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass. That's the right call. Central City fans won't like it, but that was a forward pass. As it'll be third down and 10 from their own 33. It's one of the awkward ones there. It's a pitch. It almost looks like you're just handing it off to the guy, but it is officially ruled a forward pass as long as you throw that ball forward. Even if it's just kind of a guy comes in motion, you toss it up there. Still technically counts as a forward pass. That's why the Wildcats don't have the football now after what initially looked like a recovered fumble. Third down and 10 for the Vikings from their own 33. Rochford in the shotgun, 3 receivers, tight to the line of scrimmage on the right. Chase Kirby all by himself over there on the far side of the field. Snap goes to Rochford. It's high, handles it, pitch pass ahead to Bergen. He will be past midfield, dives ahead. He'll have first down yardage and is taken out of bounds up to about the 30-yard line. So Dawson Bergen, the receiver there, gets the ball into Wildcat territory up to the 31-yard line. 7:55 to go in this game. First and 10, Edco from the Wildcat 31. Vikings picked up 16 on that previous play. Vikings up to the line. First and 10 from the Wildcat 31. Twin receivers to either side. Stager and Bergen are on the far side. Kirby and Cole here on the near side. Rochford in the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolling to his right. Trying to find something. Now he's going to take off. 2 holds were missed. Coach Myers with his arms in the air. And now looks like one of the Viking players actually talking some trash to Coach Myers. So like I said, things are getting a bit chippy here in Central City. Price Rochford, the ball carrier. He gets it up to about the 25-yard line. Gain of 6. It's going to be second down and 4. Ball is on the near hash. Vikings working left to right. It is on the right hash. Vikings taking their time in the huddle. 7 minutes, 15 seconds and counting to play in this game. Twin receivers left. Rochford is in the shotgun. Chase Kirby is lined up to his right. Bergen and Stager are the receivers. As Rochford takes a high snap, hands off to Kirby up the middle. Braxton Davis gobbles him up, and Arwen Betzer helps finish it off. No room for Chase Kirby on that carry. They're going to lose a yard or two. Chase Kirby with his first carry of the ball game. Loss of 2 back to the 27. 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Vikings up to the line. Twin receivers to either side. Rochford in the shotgun. 3rd and 6 from the 27. Takes a very high snap. Almost lost that one. He's in trouble. Gets rid of it. It's going to be caught by Stager for a first down past the 15. Dragged down past the 10-yard line. What nearly ended up as a broken play results in a first down. And it's going to be first down and goal for the Vikings. Gain of 17 up to the 10-yard line as Colton Nowadsky enters the ball game, replacing Makai Benton. First and goal from the 10 for Edgewood-Colesburg. Vikings taking their time here before they come up to the ball. And now the Vikings do finally break their huddle. At least the center comes up there. He leaves a little bit earlier than everybody else. Not quite this early usually. Vikings taking some extra time on this huddle. Now they're up there. 2 receivers split out left. Stager and Bergen are up there. Rochford in the shotgun with Kirby to his right. Bergen comes in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep. Bergen, the ball carrier, makes some moves in the backfield, and he's going to gain a couple of yards. He's lucky to gain 1. As Dawson Bergen runs the football that time on the jet sweep. Gets it up to the 9-yard line for a gain of 1. It'll be second down and goal from the 9 for Edgewood-Colesburg. We've just gone under 6 minutes to go in this game. Second and goal from the 9 for the Vikings. As Rochford takes his time getting into the huddle and gives the play call to his teammates. Now they break the huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage, second and goal from the 9. Twin receivers to either side. Price Rochford by himself in the shotgun. 5:30 and counting to play. Snap goes to Rochford. Pressure's there. He's going to try to escape. Rolling right. Goes back to the end zone. It is going to be incomplete. Broken up by Lucas Greif. Dawson Bergen was there. But again, some great pass coverage by Lucas Greif. Ball hits the ground. And 3rd and goal from the 9 is coming up for Edgewood-Colesburg. Wildcats trying to hold strong here on 3rd and goal. 9 yards to go from the Vikings. Our score is 38-6. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left in this one. Clock, of course, stopped after the incompletion. 2 receivers to either side for the Vikings. Price Rochford is in the shotgun. 3rd and goal from the 9. Bergen comes in motion again. Snap goes to Rochford. Going end zone. Bergen's there. It's caught. He's going to be taken down. Did he get in? No, he did not. He's going to be less than a yard short of the end zone. Gain of 8 on 3rd down and goal. 4th and goal from the 1 is coming up. So here comes a chance for a big goal line stand for Central City. They're going to go with a little bit bigger of a lineup. Lucas Greif comes off and looks like they had Arwen Betzer run onto the field. 4th down and goal. Ball is inside the 1-yard line for Edco. Up to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver left, 1 to the right. Price Rochford in the shotgun. Couple of backs in front of him to either side of the line of scrimmage. Rochford takes the snap. Going end zone. Ball is there. It is going to be caught. Oh, that was great coverage by Nolan Gates. But he couldn't quite make the play when the ball got there, and that's going to be a touchdown for Edgewood-Colesburg. Dawson Bergen makes the catch. And the Vikings are back on the board. 38-12 our score. 5 minutes and 12 seconds remain in this game. And the Vikings will go for 2. Again, Nolan Gates with some pretty good coverage there, but the senior receiver Bergen made a better play. Jumps up and high points the football for the touchdown. 2 receivers in the formation here. One to the left, one to the right for Edco. Rochford in the shotgun. As they're going to go for two. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. Rochford takes the snap. Slant pattern is going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of Bergen. So the 2-point conversion is no good. We've got 5 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the game. Central City leading Edgewood-Colesburg. Our score, 38-12. So Wildcats give up their second touchdown of the game. Someone comes here in the later moments of this one. Central City still leads it, like I said, 38-12. Why don't we go ahead and give another shout out to Heartland Bank here at this time. Heartland Bank is a full-service community bank. We believe in meeting the needs of our customers while exceeding their expectations. Banking is personal to each individual. That's why we provide options for your life. Member FDIC. So 38-12 on the scoreboard right now. Central City on top of the Vikings. We'll see if Edgewood-Colesburg decides to go with an onside kick. The Wildcats are anticipating it, as Arwen Betzer is going to go back deep to return for Central City. Everybody else is within 10 yards of midfield. It's a hands team out there for Central City. Rochford's going to kick it away, as they have not broken their huddle yet. Now they do. The Vikings spread across the field. Rochford will kick it away. Watch out for an onside kick here. Rochford comes up to it. No onside kick, as it's a short line drive picked up by Klosterman. That's Matthew past the 20. Up past the 25. Spun down shy of the 30 at about the 27-yard line. As Matthew Klosterman returns at about 7 yards or so. And Central City will start 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. But a flag did come in there late in the play. We'll get the call here. And face mask is called against Edgewood-Colesburg. So add on some extra yardage on that. I believe that's a 15-yard penalty. We'll add from the end of the run. Waiting for the referee to march off the yardage on that face mask penalty. Now he does march off the yardage, and Wildcats will get it in Edco territory after the face mask. Ball is at the Viking 38-yard line. So 1st and 10 Central City. Ball is at the Viking 38-yard line as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Believe that's the Klosterman brothers still back there. Snap is going to go to Aiden. Going up the middle. Gets a pass to 35. Towers over and taken down after a gain of about 7 up to the 33-yard line. Pretty good running there by Aiden. Should say a gain of about 5 on that play. Aiden Klosterman's going to go to the sideline. Josh Lindsay comes into the ball game. We saw him in there a little bit earlier on. Not too much, but did run it once. So Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 5 from the 33. Snap goes to Lindsay. He's going up the middle. Gets it up to about the 30-yard line before he's taken down to the ground. Not a bad pickup there by Lindsay. Brings it up to the 30. Gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Central City. We'll call that 3rd down and 2. Third down, about 2 yards to go. Ball in the near hash. Josh Lindsay on the left of the formation. Matthew Klosterman on the right. Christopher Greif still in there at fullback. The snap is going to go to Lindsay. Punches up the middle. He's got the 1st down, and he's taken down shy of the 25. But he only needed the 28. Gain of 4 on that carry from Lindsay up to the 26. That's a 1st down for Central City. Clock continues to roll down. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go in this game. It is 38-12. Wildcats leading this one late. Chase Kirby jogs on for Edgewood-Colesburg, replaces Bennett Stager. Wildcats up to the line. 1st and 10 from the Viking 26. Lindsay and Matthew Klosterman back there. Snap goes to Josh Lindsay. Trying to find some room, but that one's well defended by the Vikings. And that'll be a short gain, maybe a gain of 1 there from Lindsay. We'll call that 2. Up to the 24-yard line, 2nd down and 8 upcoming for Central City. 3 minutes to go in the game. Wildcats have used the clock wisely here in this second half. That first possession they had took about 7.5 minutes off the clock. They've continued to almost solely run the ball. Jaden Hansen has not seen the field besides his few kickoffs and then his kick return that we had. Snap goes to Matthew Klosterman, going to the left. Makes a move, and he's taken down. Not much there on that run. Might have gained a yard there for Matthew Klosterman, but not too much on that carry. Call that a gain of a yard up to the 23. It is 3rd down and 7 for Central City. 23 yards away from the end zone. Ball is on the near hash as Matthew Klosterman jogs into the huddle with the play call. Again, we will have 3rd down and 7. Ball at the Edgewood-Colesburg 23. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Matthew Klosterman, Josh Lindsay back there for the Wildcats. Christopher Greif is still the fullback. Snap goes to Lindsay, nearly fumbles it, but hangs on to it. Spins out of 1 tackle, but several white jerseys come in there to wrap him up. Gained maybe a yard on that carry, and 4th down is upcoming for Central City. Lindsay gained a yard up to the 22, 4th and 6 for the Wildcats. 90 seconds and counting to play in the game. Wildcats going to start the season 3-0, picking up what you could almost call a statement win, I feel like, here over Edco. After getting a couple of wins to start the season, Wildcats really make a statement here tonight, as they're going to come up with a comfortable victory over a team that went to the playoffs last year and really didn't lose all that much. 4th and 6 from the 22. Snap is going to go to Klosterman. It's a pass, play action, rolling right. Goes to the end zone. Benton's there. It's going to be caught. No, he dropped it, or is it a fumble? No, it is an incomplete pass. And Matthew Klosterman had a good pass there, but Benton couldn't hang on to it. And that'll be a turnover on downs. Vikings will get it back 1st and 10 from their own 22. 54 seconds on the clock remaining in this game. About to play out the closing moments of this one here from Central City.
They have the ball on their own 22-yard line.
Just a couple more plays left in this one. 54 seconds, as I said. As the Vikings in the huddle. Now they break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 22. 1 receiver to either side. Cole's on the near side, and Bergen's on the far side. Rochford in the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's high again, but he handles it. Up the middle, Luke Burrs is there. Braxton Davis helps finish it off alongside some other Wildcats. Gain of a couple on that carry by Rochford up to about the 24. We'll call that a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 from their own 24 for the Vikings. Believe they have to run one more play, but maybe not, as they're starting to creep over towards the sideline, and does not appear they're going to run another play. Wildcats also head over to the sideline. 20 seconds and counting on the clock. Central City is going to start the season 3-0 with a victory over an Edgewood-Colesburg team that made a run to the playoffs last season, finished 3rd in the district, and nearly took down Waco in the opening round of the postseason. Wildcats win this one here tonight from Central City. Final 5 seconds roll off the clock. And folks, we've got all zeros on the scoreboard. Our final score, Central City 38, Edgewood-Colesburg 12. Wildcats protect their home field and improve to 3-0 on the season as they win this one over the Edgewood-Colesburg Vikings. So 38-12, our final score. Very nice victory from the Wildcats tonight. They really just played with the clock, ran it down, and didn't try to do too much in that second half, but they did more than enough. As like I said, they win this one by several touchdowns. 38-12 is our final score. Great victory by the Wildcats. Folks, I think it's safe to say Central City football is back as they win 3 in a row to start the year. They've won 6 in a row, by the way, folks. 6 wins in a row for Central City dating back to last season. They look to continue that momentum as we move throughout the season. So Wildcats start 2-0 in district play, and they only have 5 district games. They are well on their way to a playoff spot, need to play well in a couple more games. But this is a big step towards making the playoffs the first time since 2018 for Central City. And they definitely looked impressive here tonight in their 38-12 win over Edco. Before we sign off tonight, folks, why don't we take a look at our final statistics from this game. First for the Vikings, Price Rochford, 10 of 19, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Cale Funk, 3 of 4, 18 yards. Price Rochford also ran it 14 times for 49 yards. Cale Funk ran it 7 times, 35 yards. He did fumble once. Dawson Bergen, 1 carry for 1 yard. Chase Kirby, 1 carry for -2 yards. And Bennett Stager, 1 carry for -5. In the receiving game for the Vikings, Dawson Bergen, 8 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Bennett Stager, 3 for 31. And Caden Cole, 2 receptions, 5 yards, and a touchdown. Final statistics for Central City. Jaden Hansen goes 4 of 7 for 30 yards and a touchdown. Both Klosterman brothers are 0 of 1 in the passing game. Running the football, Aiden Klosterman with the second straight 100-yard game, 23 carries, 136 yards, and a touchdown. Matthew Klosterman, 10 carries, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's a very nice performance by Matthew. Added some great offense there in that second half. Christopher Greif, 5 carries, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Jaden Hansen ran it 3 times for 23 yards, and Josh Lindsay ran it 5 times, gain of 14. And lastly, in the receiving game, Lucas Greif, 3 receptions for 16 yards, and Makai Benton caught a pass for 14 yards and a touchdown. Can't forget that Nolan Gates pick 6 that gave the Wildcats all the momentum late in that second quarter. So, folks, that's going to just about do it here tonight from Central City. Wildcats start the season 3-0 with a 38-12 win over Edgewood-Colesburg. I'll be back on the call this coming Friday, September 16th. Get a little ahead of myself here as the Wildcats travel to the Wyoming Fairgrounds. They'll take on the Midland Eagles. Not sure if the Wildcats have beat the Eagles in quite some time. They'll be looking to ruin homecoming 7 days from now for Midland. I'll have the pregame for you at 6:45 from Wyoming next Friday. 7 o'clock kick right here on Wildcat Sports. So, folks, thanks so much for listening in to tonight's broadcast, and glad I was able to bring it to you. Until next time, I'm David Warrington saying good night and go Cats.